Hello, Joe. Hi, Casey. Just getting stuff set up here real quick. Hello, Kayla. How are you tonight? Jojo, how's Paul? Trying to send links out, guys. I'll be right there just a sec. That's good, Joe. Hopefully you're holding up good too. Hey, G Paul. Hello, Troy.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad.
That's good.
Yeah. How is April?
I have not heard from her this evening, so I don't know if she went to work or hopefully she's feeling better. I know that carpal tunnel and stuff can be pretty painful.
It's no fun at all, I'm sure.
Nope.
Well, keep her in prayers.
And it gets worse with bad weather and all that. And I've heard that y'all had some rain and all that. So,
Yeah, been some snow flurries and stuff tonight.
ooh,
We're not getting anything major out of it, just some flurries. But
yeah,
still, that's just cold weather coming through. Is all that is.
I'm so ready for summer.
Shoo, I can't. At least spring. At least give me 60 and 70s, I guess.
Joe needs to send our son back.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure Australia is ready for cooler temperatures and stuff too, with all the fires they have over there.
Oh, I bet.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, Sean, Joe, G.
Amanda.
Casey.
So, how many people got their notifications tonight? Because, hey, Jessica. Hey, player.
Mine came through about right on time. Because that's what just went off on my phone a few minutes ago.
Well, I just heard Cody's phone go off, and people are starting to come in. So, I think people are just now getting it. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
Someone stole her son and replaced it with snow. No. Hey, Jim. Love you, player. It's going to rain there in New Zealand. Y'all need to send some of that over there to Australia.
They didn't know.
G. Paul says he just got it. That's okay, Rich. Love you too.
There's been times I've got notifications like real late.
Yeah. KJ.
KJ.
Good day.
Good day, mate. Let's see. I think I've said hi to everyone in here.
If you are getting the smoke there, Joe, I can imagine what it's like for KJ and them.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be bad.
They said the fires were the size of Manhattan.
Yeah. They're huge.
That's huge, yeah.
I'm good, Jessica. How are you? Oh, my hair. I forgot to take it down. That's all right. I don't care. Got my hair clip. It makes it look like I'm got a mohawk or something. Whoops.
Hey, how you doing, player? Jessica.
I look like Medusa right now, but okay. Good, Jessica. Okay, Jenny. Hi, Ox. So everything's kind of calmed down in my house some this week. We've had a few things happening, just little noises and stuff. So I figured this week I'd give the investigation a break. And we just do a discussion tonight.
There you go.
Just because I'm enjoying sleeping at night. Hi, Jenna. Thank you, Jim. I wish my hair was straight. Hi, Lori.
Hey, Lori. Ox, how are you?
And again, I'm going to have to get my eyes checked again. I just got my eyes checked a couple months ago, and now I'm getting where I can't see the chat very well.
Oh, Lord.
That's not good.
No, it's not good at all.
I ain't wearing no bifocals. I'll just squint.
You get those bifocals that are that killer bifocals.
The Invisalign or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where you can't really see the line.
No. So nobody knows. Hey, Nez.
Hi, Nez. Waving hellos to one and all. We're waving them back, Jenna. I just spilled something on my phone. It's not good.
Oh, Lord.
Hi, AK. How are you guys? What is your background, white, or are you on dark mode? I'm on dark mode because when it's on, like on the StreamYards mode over here, I can't see nothing. It's just all blurry. But with the dark mode, I can at least see some. Ew, Jenna. No, don't wave baloney Sammys at me.
Baloney.
I could just see Jenna holding 2 bologna sandwiches.
Yeah. That would be fun.
I bet you do, KJ. I've seriously thought about doing the same thing to mine. It's getting a little out of hand.
AAK expiration.
Amy, did you see CJ's last video at the farm? Yes. Well, I haven't seen his video, but I've seen Chelsea's at the farm. And that place is awesome.
Is that the place where CJ owns now?
It's that farm he bought.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of stuff going on there, and it's pretty cool.
The last video
I want to go to that place that Josh and John went to.
Oh, the
Witch's house?
Something like it, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that looks. I mean, I heard a lot of things, and I could, just the feeling I got just even watching the video.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta back out and come back, crazy buffer in circles, but it's.
Oh no.
Oh, please don't tell me my internet's messing up. It's worked. They came and fixed it Thursday. And it started working. Then today, I was trying to watch a video just a little while ago, and it started doing the same thing. Then it come back on. It played for a while, and I was like, okay, maybe it was just a glitch.
Yeah.
Then it started doing it again, like an hour before I was supposed to go live.
Oh no.
I started freaking out, and I was like, no, it better not. So if it does happen to go out, I'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that it won't.
I hope not.
But, Slim had said something about he had seen somebody outside messing with their cable, like they were trying to hook it up or something, and a lot of people here do that.
No.
We have a lot of people that are Yeah. Well, anyway, they all try to get their stuff for free, so they try to hook it up and everything, and so they could have very well like made our line disconnect a little bit, or something to make it do that, because he didn't even come in the house. He said that he fixed it outside, that it was a wire outside that was messed up. So last one broke my heart. Definitely watch it. Definitely CJ is not acting like himself. I think he's getting an attachment. Made me cry seeing him like that. That's not good.
Yeah, that's not.
Buffering. Okay, who else buffering?
Yeah, everything's fine. I'll go on my phone and look. You're fine up here on the screen, though.
Yeah.
Let me see if there's anything going on.
This is going to aggravate me so bad. It's good for me, running good for me. Okay, good. Okay, so it's just a couple of people.
Yeah, it looks like
so I was trying to think of some stuff that we could do. On the 25th of January, I'm going to be interviewing Johnny Paranormal. So that should be an awesome interview. I've got a couple of other people that I want to interview and bring up. So I want to start doing the interviews again, at least do like a little 30-minute interview, and then we can do some other stuff afterwards. But I want to also start doing paranormal discussions. I know we do some investigations in the house and stuff like that, and that's good. But I want to try to keep this more paranormal, because I know I have Gertrude, and she's not paranormal. She's just a little side thing there. But I want to start trying to keep the channel more paranormal based, so even live streams at least have some stuff paranormal in it. Especially while we're not able to go out and shoot videos.
Right.
And I'll be glad when all this stuff catches up so I can get back out there and do stuff. Amy, what's the difference between an attachment and a possession? I mean, really, there's not much. A possession takes over your whole body. Like, an attachment is like attached to you. And it can cause you to your personality, everything to change. But a possession takes over your whole soul, basically. But to me, they're one and the same.
Yeah.
I mean, either one of them's bad. And the only reason why I know this is because the cowboy that did come here, and it was confirmed by KJ, and I trust KJ just as much as I trust myself, that he was attaching himself to me and Lainey. And I do believe that, because me and Lainey went through heck and back for that couple of weeks. When I looked at Lainey, she did not look like herself. When Lainey looked at me, I did not look like myself. We were angry all the time. We were back and forth at each other, and that's what the cowboy did. He hated women, and so he was trying to break us apart. And me and Lainey are very close, as you all know. And for that 2 weeks, we called Cody 100 times a day, like threatening, if you don't make her stop, I'm moving out, or I'm doing, it was bad. I cried to KJ, I cried to Twinkie, and told him, we can't do this anymore. Hello. Georgie. What are you doing, Georgie?
I was kind of taking a nap in my brother's room.
Taking a nap.
Yeah.
Well, good morning, Georgie.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My schedule changed for today, so.
So how did you feel New Year's Day?
Me?
Yes. Did you have to eat some pozole that morning?
No. I didn't even want to talk about it.
We just want to know if you was hungover or not.
Yes, I hate it.
One thing
Fixology is something that's really good for a hangover. Fortunately, I did not need nothing for a hangover because I sobered up before I went to bed.
Mom made some tamales, so we had tamales for the next day.
Yum.
Thank you. Hello, everyone.
They love your haircut.
They love the hair.
And I'm fixing to have to mute because I can hear Lainey coming, so I'm going to have to tell her to be quiet because her daddy's already in bed.
They need to be quiet.
So if I mute, yep, I'm muting.
How are you doing, Troy?
Georgie, what's going on with you, buddy? You had a good weekend, start of a weekend?
Yeah.
Well, good. Yeah. It's always good.
Yeah.
You got snow up there again, or are you all cleared out now?
For right now, we are.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
He didn't have a hangover, just a bad ache. Oh. No.
Well, I'm gonna start being free Saturdays. Thank God.
I'm good, Jeannie. Thank you. How are you?
Donation for what the Paranormal.
She left out KJ, but I told her you said hi. She was going out and she said hello, my KJ. Oh, Dustin, thank you. That's so sweet. What a way to make an entrance, Dustin. I love you. Thank you so much. Corbin.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey. How are you doing, Corbin? Been missing you. Dustin, that's so sweet. Thank you. Everybody check out Dustin's channel, JBD Camo Man 73. He is such a sweetheart and one of the most genuine people you will ever meet. So tonight I thought we would discuss some of the cases where people have used the excuse, and I'm not saying it's an excuse because some of them may be true. They use the excuse of the devil made them do it when they were committing murder. And there are so many cases. It's crazy. And I think, Joe, bring me some too, please. I need some too. I think one of the biggest ones that like I remember the most, and well, I remember all of them, but the one I remember the most is Slenderman.
Oh, yeah.
And the two 12-year-old girls in Wisconsin who stabbed their friend 19 times because they said they made a promise to Slenderman that they would do it or Slenderman was going to hurt their families. I don't know how big Slenderman was in your states or anything. I know it was somewhat big here, where everybody went through that whole Slenderman phase. But there are so many cases of people stabbing or hurting friends or loved ones because they said Slenderman made them do it.
It's not really. I don't think it's that big here. I think Bigfoot's bigger here than Slender Man as far as like what
Right.
people look for. But I did have a video about a couple of years ago when I was it's like an old abandoned Well, it wasn't there. I couldn't get into it, but it's like an old abandoned warehouse, and they turned it into like a skate park. But one of the places in there had some. Of course, the whole thing was graffiti, but they did have a Slender Man. What looked to be like a Slender Man painted in on one of those walls. And but I didn't know nothing about Slender Man until I think God maybe Sargi or something. It's just something I never really knew a lot about.
Right. And see, like AK said, they never heard of Slender Man until the movie came out, and a lot of people didn't. They had no idea who Slender Man even was, and luckily the young girl that they stabbed 19 times. I mean, they stabbed this girl 19 times. Luckily, she survived, and was able to say who stabbed her, because after stabbing this little girl, if they weren't caught, there ain't no telling how many more they would have done after that. So, is that how it started? No, Slender Man started out. Well, I believe that was the first case of somebody using Slender Man as the excuse. And of course, Slender Man is said to be, whoa, what happened here? My computer just had like this big old white screen come up in front of it, and it had like, like all them codes and stuff.
Like trying to reset or something?
I don't know. I've never seen that. Better not be Slender Man. I don't make deals with the devil.
How many stabs did that girl get?
Huh?
How many stabs?
They stabbed her 19 times.
And she survived?
Yes. When they stabbed her, luckily a man was riding a bike, because they took her into the woods where these trails were. And luckily they did it right there on the trail. They didn't take her off the trail. So luckily it was right there on the trail. And the man that was riding his bike happened to see the girl laying there. He thought she was asleep. And then she kind of rolled over and said, help. And so he called the police. They came out, and the girl was still alive, and she was able to tell the officers who did it. So within the day, they had the two girls picked up. And they stated that they had made a deal with Slender Man that if they did this, that he would not kill their families. So, yeah, he called 911, and so you're a Bigfoot hunter, Jim. I love Bigfoot hunting.
Well,
you had that one.
I think Jenny said that she thought it was a cop out. People use it as the devil made me do it. And I think maybe 98%, 97% of the time probably is. I'm sure there is those possessions that demons put in people that make them go crazy and they do things they shouldn't do. But you really have to be of a weak, I wouldn't say weak mind, but you just have to just be so weak that you don't want to fight that.
Now, the story goes on this case, especially that Amy, George, Troy, please say hi to Gabriel. Hi, Gabriel.
Hello. How are you?
Hello.
How are you? The story goes that the two girls were friends. Then this other girl moves into town. She's kind of a loner. She becomes friends with both of them, but one more than the other. The other girl, being the third wheel now, ends up being the one that is stabbed. So it could have very well been the new girl was playing off the emotions of the girl that was stuck in the middle, It could have very well been that, because they did say that she was kind of depressed and a loner, and she was really into not devil worship or anything, but like the darker side of things. So I'm sure that's what it was. But the only reason why Slender Man those stories got such a huge following is because of the movie that was made.
Yeah.
And so that just kind of, to me, makes it worse because then they're going to give them something to look up to or to worship. It's not just a figment in their minds. It's a reality. It's on TV. It's typical millennial generation, blame anyone rather than take responsibility for their actions. Exactly, KJ.
I agree with that. Well, you look at something like the Conjuring movies and stuff like that, you can see where, I mean, even though the Conjurings are, loosely based on an exact true story, but it's true enough to know that, the mother was being possessed and, so these cases happen. It's just, I think some people just try to use that as a way to get out of trouble, but they're not going to get out of trouble. I mean, it's just like, some people say, well, I have a mental condition. Well, okay, but that still doesn't get you out of a murder or whatever.
And you'll see I have two other stories here. You'll see that in all three, there was signs of depression. There were signs of mental disability. There were signs of, stuff like that. So that toy doesn't need batteries. I hope Corbin. What? Listening, just playing with my new toy. What kind of a new toy did you get, Corbin?
Corbin.
Hey, Troy.
Hey,
So,
Troy.
How are you? Let's see how long I last with these stories because my throat is, my voice is already going.
James.
James. Did you work today, James? Okay, so the next one, and you mentioned Ed and Lorraine Warren. They're actually part of this story as well. The story happened in Connecticut, and I'm sure some of you have heard of it. This was actually called the Devil Made Me Do It case. That's what the actual case itself was called. It was the first case where they introduced possession as a form of, what do you call it? Their defense.
Defense, yeah.
Yeah. So this one is Arnie Johnson. And this was in Connecticut. And the story happened and started in the Glatzel household. Carl and Judy Glatzel moved into a rental house. They had two children, Debbie and David. David was 11 years old. David had depression and stuff like that. Not a disability, but he acted younger than his age. Let's put it that way. When they moved into the house, right after they moved into the house, he started having nightmares, started acting scared all the time, was getting angry. Then he started growling at the family, growling at people. They said that he almost looked beast-like whenever he would do stuff like this. He would tell his family that he had a man that was saying that he wanted his soul. So Debbie, which was his older sister, her fiance, Arnie Johnson, moved into the home with him. And after that, they were hoping things would get better because he would have a male figure that was younger that was in the house with him, but it only made things worse. David would say that the old man lived in the basement and he had a white beard and wore flannel clothing. So to the parents and stuff, the old man was just an old man. You know, when you hear old man, you don't think scary, devil, whatever. So anyway, things just continued to get worse. The boy, David, started getting scratches on himself and everything. So they had a priest come and bless the home. They thought that would make it better. In the end, it did not. It made it worse. So they had Ed and Lorraine Warren come in. So Ed and Lorraine Warren come in. Ed interviewed the little boy, David, and Lorraine was looking around and everything. She turned around and she saw a black misty form sitting beside David. She knew that it was not anything good. So they too tried to bless the house. They thought they got rid of everything, but in the end, they did not. So Debbie and her fiance, Arnie, decided to move out of the house when Debbie got a job at a dog groomer's. And let's see, the dog groomer, I can't remember what his name was. Anyway, she got a job with the dog groomer, and so they moved off. They came back only to find out that Ed and Lorraine Warren decided they were going to do a exorcism on the little boy because things were getting so bad. During the exorcism, Ed and Lorraine Warren said that they exorcised 43 demons from the little boy, David, who's 11 years old. Arnie was there at the time, and he decided to taunt the ghost. Hey, Tim. Sorry, guys, if I'm missing the chat. So Arnie taunted the ghost, the demons, as they were coming out of David, and said that he did not believe they could come into him. He didn't think they were real. He was stronger than they were. Well, that's what he thought until one of them entered into him. So Debbie and Arnie are living in their home. Debbie starts noticing that Arnie is doing weird things. He seems very distant. When she looks into his eyes, she doesn't see anything. She states that he looks like a totally different person. He's acting funny. Then he starts growling, just like David did before. So she just kept watching him. Well, one day, Arnie called in sick to work. He wanted to spend the day with Debbie, and they all decided to go out and eat. Debbie's cousin, Alan, or Debbie's cousin, came with them, and also Mary, who was 5, I believe. They came with them along with his sister, Arnie's sister, Wanda. They all went out and ate, and as they got back to the house, Arnie started acting really crazy, and then the dog groomer, the boss, was there, Alan, and for some reason, Alan grabbed the little girl and wasn't going to let her go. Debbie was trying to get everybody out of there because he was going crazy. Hey, Haunted Trucking. And so in the end, Arnie ended up stabbing Alan with his knife 5 times in the chest and ended up killing him. They found him 2 miles away from the scene and arrested him. He was on a $125,000 bond, but Ed and Lorraine Warren did come in, and they did say that he was, he did have a possession at the time. Of course, the courts did not believe this, and they did end up convicting him. He did only serve 5 years, though. That was odd. He served 5 years for first-degree manslaughter. So I find that very odd to begin with. But Ed and Lorraine Warren went so far as to try to get the priest that did the exorcisms on the little boy David, that helped them do the exorcism, tried to get them to come in and have to testify. So they believed completely, especially trying to get the priest to come in, that he actually did have an attachment. So if the little boy actually did have 43 demons inside of him while he was, because it took 5 priests plus Ed and Lorraine Warren to exorcise the little boy. So what are your thoughts on that? Do you think he was possessed? Hey, Rob.
The little boy, yeah, possibly so. I mean, kids are so innocent. I mean, that could be a 43 though. That's a lot.
That is a lot. That is a lot. I think 1 would kill a child if it took over completely.
Yeah.
43, that seems a bit much.
Yeah, that's a lot. Well, I mean, my question would be: was he standing in a vortex of demons and stuff? I mean, I don't. For him to have 43 possessions, he'd have to be like right there at a vortex or something that had all those demons coming in and out.
And 43 possessions, but he only ever stated that he saw 1 person, the old man. That's not to say that he wouldn't see, or maybe the old man had 43 inside of him. And so when they exorcised the old man, maybe. But some people say that he used the fact that David had a possession that he got mad because the doctor the guy grabbed the little girl and wouldn't let her go. And that he lost it and just stabbed him. And that he used David's experience to try to get out of his own.
Well, yeah, I mean, I could see where possibly the old man may have had some major possession problems, possibly. And I was watching a show on Travel Channel where it talked about the portals were in his closet and like all kinds of stuff were coming in and out. And I can't remember what show it was. But anyway, they were talking about, it might have been, I don't remember. Anyway, so they found that this closet had, just a gateway of just portal, demons and all whatever can go in and out. Maybe that was the case, but I just have a hard time believing the boy had 43 possessions.
Yeah. That does seem to me, it does seem a bit much excessive.
Yeah.
Maybe they just said that to try to make it better for Arnie. I don't know, but that to me, that just seems overwhelming. Now we have had attachments, me and Lainey both. I don't know how they did. I don't know if they counted them as they were doing it, James. I don't know, but in Ed and Lorraine Warren's book and in the testimony that they gave in court, they said there was 43 demons that they exorcised from David.
I bet what happened was when they started exercising the old man, all the spirits in him started coming out at the same time.
And then he was the hardest one to bring out, so maybe he was the last. I don't know.
Possibly. And he could. Do you know the history of the man? Was he like maybe a devil worshiper or a?
They say that he was not. They say that he did not believe in any of this stuff until he moved into the home.
Okay.
But that's not saying that he told them the truth either. Why would you tell your fiance or your fiance's parents that you were a devil worshiper?
Yeah.
I mean, and I believe myself, if I seen something going on like that, like the exorcism going on or anything like that, if I seen that and I didn't believe in any of this stuff, that would scare the crap out of me.
Yeah.
For one, I wouldn't be taunting it. 2, I probably wouldn't still be standing there. Hey, we joined back in the app that y'all use, the Ghost Hunters tool. Do you think it really works? And if so, what do you think about it? And why would spirits in my house say cows? Because you were on land, Casey. You're in, this was all like country back then, all flat land. We had the Chisholm Trail. We had the all different kinds of cowboys. It was all farmland. We get cows a lot. Cows are also highly what's the word I'm looking for? Cows are holy grails to a lot of people. That's not the word I'm looking for, but y'all kind of see where I'm going with it. And yes, I do believe in the app. It may bring up words that you have no clue that they mean, but I'll tell you, like I tell everyone else, back in the day, hi Enrique. Back in the day, if you were on a trail and you were going from one place to another, if you died, you weren't near a cemetery. You were basically buried wherever you died.
Yeah.
Especially if you were on a, what am I looking for, y'all? Tell me the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And
some spirits don't even know they're even dead too, by the way. So
yeah.
And one thing I've also found about this app too is that sometimes it may say a word, but it may have meant something else that sound like, now, but it said cow, or sometimes I think that app gets a little confusing. But what I try to do is weed out everything and then place everything back together like a puzzle.
Yeah.
So it may say cow.
Wagon train. That's what I was looking for. Yeah. Wagon train.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were on a wagon train, or if you were a bad guy and you were just out and you just got killed, you were buried wherever you died at. So people can say, "Oh, my house isn't haunted. Nobody's died here." You don't know that.
Yeah, right.
You don't know if the land that you're on doesn't have 4 cowboys that robbed a train or something, and then they were shot and killed there, or hung on a tree there, or we just don't know. There's not a deal that tells us where every person is buried. So it's possibly the land and not your house, Casey. But in the app, you're going to get a lot of things that probably don't make sense to you. And like sometimes I get stuff that don't make sense to me until later on. But yeah, just be really careful with it. Treat it like you would a spirit box or anything else. Make sure you pray before and after, and tell everything to stay there, not to mess with you.
Right. And see, it's kind of like sometimes you'll get a word like Amy said, and it don't make sense in. But like when we were with April at Riverside Cemetery, I think it was the name Emily. And then Marty looked over and there was a headstone with Emily on it.
Yeah.
I mean, we were just not even 5 foot away from that. And so, some things will make sense right off. Some things make sense completely right off. So
exactly. Hello, Dad. We love you guys. Jenna's dad says hello to everyone.
Hello.
So yeah, I think that app to me is one of the best ones.
That's good.
So, and James said, that's why I'm thinking the story might have truth, but the number is inflated at least to some degree, or maybe they were just unsuccessful and had to do it several times more than once. That could be true too. And they just thought they were getting it.
Yeah.
The demon possessed men of Urgensensis, I cannot say that word, had many in him, and they went into the pig after being cast out. Oh, wow. So, yeah, it is possible to be possessed by more than one.
Yeah.
That number just seems so high. But I can't say that it isn't true because I was not there.
Well, it's what I was, that's the Bible. That's what reminds me of the Bible. When the demons told Jesus, just throw us in those pigs. And when he did, they just ran off the side and killed themselves.
Yeah.
And of course, they didn't want to mess with him because there was no way they were going to win against him. But, that was their way up. There was a lot of them. There was a ton of them.
Purple Rain, love you. Be careful going home. Okay, so the next one, this one's a little longer, so I'm going to kind of break it down and then we'll discuss it as we go. Because I know you have all heard, and if you have not heard of it, you definitely want to go watch the documentaries that are on it, because this is To me, by the end of the documentaries or by the end of the story itself, I don't feel sorry for the guy, but I believe the guy. And what he says. So the next one is David Berkowitz. He was better known as the son of Sam. And if you have not heard this story, you definitely want to go check out the documentaries that are on it and the interview that they did with him. This was based in New York City. I know Jan's from New York City. Jenna or Jenny, I think you're from New York City. I think. I know there's a couple of them. Anyway, this was based in Queens, the Bronx, and in Brooklyn. And this was in 1976 and through 1977. There was 6 people shot to death and 7 wounded throughout these. Amy, I'm from Western. Okay, yeah, Jenny's from New York. Jenna lives close to upstate New York. Yes, you do.
Sorry.
You keep buffering, Joe? Is anyone else buffering?
I'm watching the live stream on my phone, and you're not buffering in my phone.
Okay.
You're fine here.
Okay, so to start this off with, this guy, David Berkowitz, he joined a cult. They said it was a church. He met a man named Michael Carr and another man named James Carr. And they became friends. This man, again, said he was depressed, didn't have any friends. He joined the army for 3 years and decided it wasn't for him. Come home even more depressed. So he was like a social outcast. So whenever he met Michael and John, they hit it off really well. He went to a party with them where he met their dad, Sam. Hence the name Son of Sam. And they all got along. So the dad, Sam, introduced him to their church called the Process Church. And the whole name was the Process Church of Final Judgment, which started in Louisiana but ended up going to all different states. That was started in 1973. This was now 1976. Their deal was that they wanted social Armageddon. They didn't want the end of the world. They didn't want any of that. They just wanted social Armageddon, which basically meant they wanted people to be feared. They wanted people to be scared. They wanted, just total domination of all the people that were around them. So the deal starts off with there was all these people shot all in. It was like within a month or 6 weeks of each other throughout this year. There was 2 young girls that were shot, but they survived. The next ones were shot, but they survived. Then the next 2 sets that were shot, one of them died, one of them was paralyzed. Then the next ones that were shot, one died, one uninjured. Then the next ones that were shot, one didn't get hit at all, one was blinded because they were hit in the eye. So all these people were getting shot. People in the towns, Queens, the Bronx, Brooklyn, they're all scared. Most of the people that died were women with dark colored hair. So all the women were cutting their hair off. They were dyeing their hair blonde. They thought this was going to keep them from getting hurt. Just shot a video. There's a lot of orbs by the stairs, a lot of dust, but you can also pick out the orbs. There's ones growing up and down and stationary. That's awesome, Jim. I'll be sure and watch that. Very true, KJ. So all these people were getting scared. It was young adults and mostly middle class to upper class people that were getting killed or shot at. They thought they were killing them, but they ended up, a lot of them survived. Now, in the end, one blonde girl did get killed. She had just told her mother that morning that she didn't have anything to worry about because she was a blonde. Then that evening, she was shot and killed about 4 feet from her front door. So all these people are getting killed. The whole town is in panic. They're not sure what's going on. Everyone's scared. No one's wanting to go out late at night. They increased their manpower, the police force did. They had people working on this 24/7, trying to find out who did this. So the guy ends up getting a parking ticket, and that's how they end up catching him. There were several different sketches, and if you go back and watch the documentary, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Several different sketches, but several of them look different. So this guy gets arrested, and they say, or they find out that it's him. He admits it. It was all him. Then he changes his story. That's why a lot of people didn't believe him. So he claimed that he joined the satanic cult, and that they had a hold over him, that they would do chantings, rituals, animal sacrifice, and they did end up finding proof that there was animal sacrifices in the places that he said. So all the people that were shot and killed or just shot at and survived were picked, not at random. They were chosen, they were watched, and then they were killed. So he says that this whole thing was about making war, and that they thought that the year 2000 was going to be the end of the world. They thought that Satan and Jehovah was working together to bring catastrophic events to end the world. So what these people in this church were trying to do was trying to speed up the process. That's why they called it the Process Church. So they had several people that ran away from the groups once they figured out what they were doing. But they did say that they had it mapped out. They wanted to kill at least 24 people. They wanted to cause mass hysteria in New York City, which they ended up doing because everyone was just scared. Now this guy says that the dog is the one that actually told him that he was to kill all these people. And it was Sam's dog, of course, that was supposed to kill all these people. And he stated that he was to be the ultimate sacrifice, not someone that was killed, but him being the ultimate sacrifice meant that he was taking the fall for everything. But he says that there was actually 5 other killers, and 2 of them were females. That he was not the only one that killed these people. He took the blame for 2 sets of people where one person did die. The other 2 were shot. He said, I did do that, but I was not the only one killing these people, but I'm the one taking the fall for them. So many other people ended up dying around this whole thing. It was like a big, huge thing. After he stated that he was not the only one doing it, they went to open back up the case. Then higher up officials said, no, we're not opening up this case because that'll be an embarrassment to our police force. So we're not doing it. So they would not open the case back up. So therefore he took every single punishment for each one of the people that were shot or killed. After he started saying this, more people from the cult ended up dying. Most of them were brutally murdered. And even people, someone said that there was, Stacy Moskowitz. He supposedly took a video of one of the people being killed. And supposedly there was a video of it. So Jesse Turner was hired to kill him. When he was asked why he killed him, he said because he had a snuff film and it was going to prove that Son of Sam was not the only murderer. So they ended up shutting that whole case down. They didn't want anything that had to do with the Son of Sam opened up because they didn't want to be embarrassed. Anyway, over 100 people ended up dying, getting murdered, had something to do with all the twists and everything in this. This is one that you're really going to want to go back and watch before you make a judgment. Like I said, when I first started watching the deal of Son of Sam, I believe there's no way, a dog told you to do this. The devil had a hold over you, whatever. I didn't believe it at first. Then the more I watched it, the more I listened to it, and the more things that kept connecting. It was really weird. So I believe that the church itself did put a hold over these people and try to manipulate them into believing that they were working for Satan when they were actually working for the church. They were actually working for Sam. So, I don't know what y'all think about it, and I'd really rather you watch the whole documentary on this one before you, if you haven't. Some of you may have already watched it. I don't know.
I haven't watched it.
You haven't watched it? You'd find it interesting, Georgie.
I've seen bits and pieces of things on a whole entire documentary, but and you have cases where churches do stuff like that. The Kool-Aid was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So things like that. Yeah, I mean, some people can be so naive to follow certain pastors or whatever they want to be called. So is it a demon possession? Maybe not. I think it's just somewhat naive to believe things too.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's what they do. They take people who are depressed.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some stuff on him and vaguely remember when it was happening. They take people that are depressed or that have mental disabilities, and they play on that.
Yeah.
So they believe they're actually doing work for Satan, or that the church has their soul, or whatever. But it's just like Charles Manson.
Uh-huh.
He had all those people under his spell, and he made them all do all these murders and everything else. But he did not play one, other than making them do it. He was never there.
Uh-huh.
He had all these people doing it for him. Hi, Lily, Dark Girl Adventures. Hello, Sean on Paranormal. So yeah, it is weird how they can make them believe and manipulate them enough to make them believe that they're actually doing this for Satan.
Uh-huh.
But just the things that he said and everything that. But and he also in 1979, another prisoner was hired to cut his throat, and they did cut his throat, but he did survive. So they were trying to shut him up. Hi, Lakeshore. So yeah, I just kind of went down this spiral of watching all these videos, and it was just so weird how many. And now there's so many too now. people trying to change their defense to the devil made me do it.
Yeah.
So it's really weird. Hi, Danny. Love you too. How are you, Lakeshore?
Shine on Paranormal.
Hello, Haunted by Haunted.
What Danny?
What, Georgie?
What Danny?
Danny from Chasing Bones Inspectors.
No. I thought it was Uncle Danny.
Son of Sam was 6 people. Yeah, I believe so too. You were in a cult, KJ?
Yeah, you take a look back at a lot of history of things, and I think my personal belief is that people like Hitler was possessed by something, demon or devil or whatever you want to call it. So I think there is some possessions that happen. I think some people just have their, what is it called, jollies or whatever, just doing stuff to people to hurt them.
Yeah. Well, James, I would say that was funny, but she don't even like AC/DC, so. Son of Sam just needed bologna sandwiches and chicken patties.
Oh,
So does anyone else know any stories where somebody committed murder and tried to blame it on the devil? I was in the Children of God. Okay, Jane.
let's see. I'm trying to think of anything right off the top of my head. You know, the Manson family, I don't know if any of them ever said that, or you try to use the devil as a way out, but that was certainly an occult that I feel was demon led for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hitler was sick. I don't know of any other stories. I'd have to look some up. I mean, like I say, I've seen TV shows like on Travel Channel and stuff where people got possessed and they've done things and may have hurt themselves or somebody, but yeah.
Okay, Casey, then you need to shut down the app, tell it goodbye, and tell it that no evil is allowed. Also say a prayer, and then give it a little bit before you try it again, because you don't want anything negative coming out of it. And if you asked if it was good or bad and it said hell, then that's probably a good sign saying that it's not. Especially if it was saying stay away. Make sure you listen to it, because it'll tell you. And if it's evil, you don't want anything to do with it. Just make sure you say no evil is allowed here. I only want to talk to good spirits. Make sure you say your prayer and close it out.
I do have one, but I'm not sure if it's because of the devil.
What is it?
Oh, it was a while back when I was still in Mexico. There was this guy like always worship devil, that, and there was another guy that one day, and that's how they say the story when they come to my family's house. That's how he's playing it, and said that one of these guys went where he does those stuff, and I don't know if it's true, but after he did something to that guy, he went home and killed someone.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if it's really.
Now, see, I've heard several cases of that though, and I agree. Haunted by Haunted, the Jonestown Massacre, definitely.
Oh, the whole story.
But there are so many that, I was just a little kid when Manson was arrested, but I remember my brother being scared they would break in our house. I think everybody was scared of that.
You know, I don't think he ever. I don't know that he actually ever killed anybody. I think it was just a direction towards people. Here, you do this, you do.
He never once killed anyone. He made the girls and the two guys do it.
Yeah.
And even at one place, he was there, but before they did anything to the people, he left. So he can like say, I did not kill anyone. Yeah. But they still charged him just like they did with the others because he was the one pulling the strings. He was their puppet master.
Oh yeah.
He had that strong of a hold over all these people. But he is so sick. Like I think it was what's her name? Barbara Walters was interviewing him, and he kept saying, "Lady, let me tell you this, lady." You know, he was so disrespectful, and he despises women. And he believes that a woman should be, I guess, just that, a puppet, there for men's pleasure and to do what they say. And that's basically what he made these women believe.
Yeah.
Yes, the guy from Amityville Murders. Yes. Cult leaders are sociopaths. Yes, they are.
Yep.
He told Geraldo Rivera he could send for his head. Just, you know, and I watched that interview with Barbara Walters, and every time he talked, I could feel like the hair on the back of my neck stand up. Just, he was even trying to manipulate her during the interview. He's just such a disgusting person, a vile human being. Now, he's not even a human being.
The thing is, it isn't like I think he had a welcoming position as opposed to like some dispossession. I think he thrives so much on power that if a demon wanted to enter him, it'd been like a welcome situation.
Yeah.
Just give him more power, you know.
Yep. Well, thank you, Jim. He said he just made Kool-Aid for everybody. What flavor is it, though? And the stupid people being manipulated, same like those cults where they committed massive suicides. Yeah. That's basically what the Jonestown deal was. But they don't just manipulate them; they get them hooked on drugs. That's one of their main things that they do is they get them hooked on drugs and on the alcohol, and then it takes a while to make these people get under his control. Hello, TR. How are you? Master manipulators is what they are. But that's just it. It's like, even especially in the cults, how are you saying the devil made you do it if the devil didn't, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What I'm trying to say. I'm fixing to bring somebody up that knows what they is talking about. Because I know what I want to say. I just can't get it out tonight. So let me send a link out. You guys know what I'm talking about, don't you? My thingamajigabobbers and my whatchamacallits and my y'all know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I always know what I want to say. It's just
See, I
remember in the mouth.
I remember as a kid, you'd have like, your uncle or somebody, like, oh man, I ate every bit of that Reese cup or whatever, and the devil made me do it. Just joking. Yeah. You heard that growing up.
Exactly.
But, that was, whatever. But but the devil making you do it, I mean, yeah, if you have a possession, definitely you're going to do some weird crap. But not eating a Reese cup, but
yeah. Thank you, Lori. But yeah, I heard that saying a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
Or that person got the devil in them, or something like that. Mm-hmm. Ones that act crazy and. My uncle was a truck driver. Went to pick him up at a local truck stop. There were several trucks hauling steel boxes. My uncle said it was from Jonestown, and each box had 6 to 10 bodies in it. Wow.
Oh, Lord.
That would be creepy to see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I guess it'd help if I hit the send button. That might help you there. And I literally took so many notes on all this stuff. And when I read through it, I didn't even mention half the stuff that I wrote down. Just because there's so much of it. And I know y'all don't want to sit here all night listening to me yak in my manly coffee voice. So
we all want to hear you.
Oh, you love my man voice.
Wow.
George. What's up, Rob? I sent you a link too, Rob. And you, KJ. If y'all want to come up. Okay, there's my other brother from another mother. And he can tell you a little more about it.
Is that Brad?
Yes, I know it's family, Jenny. I think she meant to say, is it?
Hey, everybody. How you going?
Hey, Danny.
Hi, Danny.
Hello, hello. 1 second.
Danny?
This is actually a good topic. I could tell you a little bit about some of the things I've been watching and stuff in the group here.
Let me interrupt you for just a sec, Danny.
Hey?
So let me interrupt you for a sec. That room right there, that door, that's where I was in the dream.
Oh, there you go. See? I told you was here.
I told you, right there by the, yes. Yep. I believe it now. Okay, carry on.
That's the door.
Mm-hmm.
A few things I've seen. Not one thing that's the biggest misconception that people have is that people that get sucked into cults or people that get become followers, people think that they're stupid. People think that these people aren't too bright or whatever. But the actual fact is 87% of the people that become followers, their IQ is usually around 121, that area. They've actually got a very robust IQ. And the reason for it is because people who aren't smart enough, people with lower IQs like 70 and 80, some of them can be bamboozled into this thing. But on the most part, most people have an average or higher IQ, right? Well, they can't get in. Slow people don't often get into cults because you have to have the ability to make sense of the lies that are being spun and the half-truths that are being said. So, for instance, if they said something to the line of, yes, but the powers that be said it is, you're supposed to love all your neighbors except for homosexuals, because in the Bible it says being homosexual is a blasphemy. So they take a couple of truths and they twist them to their truth, and you have to have enough intelligence to be able to make sense of it in your own head, right? So that's one thing. That's the biggest misconception. Don't think that because someone's in a cult or whatever, they've got a low IQ. Normally 72% of the people have an above average IQ that get into cults, because they have to be able to, you have to be smart enough to understand what you're being told and understand where it gets twisted and be directed into that way of thinking. So there's that. The other thing with being in a cult, they control your food, how much food you get. They make sure that you do not get protein, and you need protein in order to think. You don't get much fish because you need amino acids to think. So they control your food, and they keep repeating doctrine. Now the doctrine isn't said once. You know, if they want to ship a doctrine to you, they'll say it 300 times that day. And if they still don't feel that you've adopted it, guess what? Tomorrow they're going to say it 300 more times.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
So there's that. Plus they cut you off of anybody that could talk you out of it. So they cut off your family, they cut off everything else. Some cases they hold your passports or they take your bank accounts. So really, you have no place to go. So that's how cults work. They chip away at things, but at a very slow, steady pace. It's kind of like the frog in a pot thing. If you have a hot water, okay, and you take the frog and you put it in the pot, it's going to jump out right away, okay? Because, damn, that's hot. Toof, out it goes, right? Just like human beings. If you see something from the outside and you see the whole picture, you can say, holy crap, that's terrible. But if you put a frog in cold water and you turn the heat on minimum, the frog will stay there and boil to death. It heats up so slowly that it doesn't feel the heat change, right? That's how our minds work. If we're inducted slowly enough, our minds don't see it. It's like when you lose your hearing. When you lose your hearing slowly enough, you don't notice it. When you lose your eyesight slowly enough, you don't notice until you get to a stage where you just can't see or hear piss all, right? So basically, that's the way the foundations of a cult works.
Yep.
And that does make sense because David said that they had to give pictures and addresses of their family members before they could be inducted into the church.
Yeah, because they have to be separated from all ties, so there's just nobody that could come and get them. And then one of the next things that they do is they make you sign a waiver rights of visitation, which means if they're not on a visitation list that you sign, people aren't allowed to come visit you. And of course, they don't let you sign no name down.
Right.
So they have a legal precedence. If the police show up, if Big Brother shows up, CIA, FBI, Canadian Mounted Police, any NATO organization, if they show up because of the constitutions of these countries, they're not allowed to infiltrate the cult because they have written permission for you to be there and not be helped.
No.
Right? So that's how it all works. Like it's a very.
Sorry, Danny. Can I butt in because I'm actually an ex cult member.
Uh-huh.
I was in the Children of God, the family love, run by Moses David Berg,
Right.
and in Australia. And I was first married, and my ex-husband, my first husband at the time, he was an ex-member. He was actually at Duntrin Military College, and they go around colleges and try to get young, vulnerable, lonely, homesick kids. And he joined, then he left, and then we got married. Now, you know, when you first get married, things aren't really good. And we had 2 children, and he said to me, well, I know some people that can raise children really well. And I thought, well, I need help. God, I'm a young mum, 21 years old with 2 babies. And we joined. We sent them money. They contacted us. We joined. I had 5 children in the Children of God, and I wasn't allowed to take birth control. Because I was pregnant, my food wasn't controlled. But I get the doctrination, the constantly reading, not the Bible, the letters, the Moses David letters, and everything was centered around everything he said, did. When he farted, we all had to. When he threw up, we all had to. When he went to bed, we all had to. When he got up out of bed, we had to. I was not probably a really good member because I would not give up my contact with my real life family, especially my father. But like I said, because I was pregnant, I could eat. The only thing I couldn't eat was a lot of sugar because they used to call sugar poison, white sugar poison. My children were educated within the cult. And the history of the Children of God started in 1968 in California. And any child that was brought up and educated in the Children of God knows no history, none, apart from when the cult started.
Well, that's true, except for the fact that when you're pregnant, you are given, okay, here's what you don't understand, though, about that. You're right. You do get to eat a lot better. When you're pregnant, and especially if you look at what everybody else is eating, it's like you can eat whatever you want. However, it's very calculated. They know that the baby is going to need, for instance, amino acids. They know that the baby is going to need calcium. They know that the baby needs these things. So they'll give you these things in the amounts that the Surgeon General says you need as you are pregnant, but they will not give you an extra ounce of it. You will get.
No, sorry. Maybe that might be for the cults that but not for us. There was 8 of us all pregnant together, and we ate the whole place out constantly.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, all these cults, they know exactly what to keep on hand that you can eat.
Oh, absolutely.
So compared to everybody else, what you're eating, you're going to feel like you're eating a house, right? Yeah. But in retrospect, the menu is limited to what they think that you can have and what's going to be what's going to be most beneficial for the child you're carrying, but least beneficial for you.
Yeah.
And if you look back at your menu, you'll probably relate to that a little bit here and there. Like there's going to be things that weren't on the menu that you should have had, but it wasn't considered necessary to have, so they wouldn't put it on the menu.
Well, we had we used to go out and we used to call it, begging, basically. And we would go to fruit markets and stuff like that, and like meat markets, and we would, because you're pregnant, and say, and we're Christians. Pedophiles mostly they were. We needed to nourish ourselves. So you were taught to beg. You were taught to manipulate the system. He called it the system. Yeah. To our advantage as far as money goes, food, clothing. I went to a factory and I saw, I'm pregnant. We're Christians and we're blah 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 blah, and I got a whole wardrobe. Yeah. Of maternity stuff.
Yeah. And
because I was taught it.
And that's exactly the way it works. And that's how it works too, is because not just for you, but for everybody in any cult, there's little rewards that everybody gets when you do good. Good puppy.
Oh, absolutely.
Puppy, right? Good puppy, bad puppy syndrome. Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, but because of so much control and so much manipulation, when you do get a bona fide good job, right? Yeah. I mean, it could be one peanut, and it would be like a mountain of stuff. You would really, because of the actual interaction, right?
Yeah,
it was more the acceptance and being told you did good. That's the reward, right?
Yeah. The hardest part, I think, the hardest part for cult members, coming from my experience, it took me 5.5 years to unindoctrinate myself.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
You know, and I went through hell, you know.
Yes, I did. This was my job, part of one of my jobs. I was deprogrammer for different.
Well, you know what? There's a lot of still a lot of members of the children.
There are things that happen.
Yeah, we had our church.
Well, yeah, and there are things that happen. There are things that happen that'll be with you forever. There's going to be things that you'll never be able to actually make peace with.
I can't. There's still things even now, Danny, after like 10 years that still are there. You know? And every now and again they'll pop up their ugly head and I'm like, yeah, go and get lost, you know? Because you have to.
The best way to deal with a lot of it is so subtle, because you see, after being in a cult or after being in a foreign place, like serving overseas or anything like that, one of the trickiest things to handle are what called flashbacks or reverted thinking. You're thinking back at the past. 70% of it is because of a smell that's in the air.
Yes.
And you don't even realize it was that smell that gave you that memory. And there's things like smell and sound and stuff that's very innocent. Very innocent.
Absolutely.
It brings your mind back to, just like a normal person, you hear an old song, it reminds you of an old girlfriend or an old boyfriend. And it's very vivid. Right? So and those are the things that are rough for people that's been in those types of situations. Or anyone that's been in military situations, is to be able to deal with outside influences that really have nothing to do with where you were, but it does take you back there.
Absolutely. You know the song, This Little Light of Mine? You know, this little light of mine sends me into an absolute tailspin. Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to discuss was what the topic is, the devil made me do it. Here's the problem with that, and you'll find out. And this is actually, you might find this interesting. Stop. You might find this interesting that in 1972, all the head of states of different laws and different outfits made it law that there was no such thing as a demonic cult. There's no such thing as a cult ran by devils and demons. Okay?
Yeah.
So, even people that were possessed and did crimes, even people that might have been one of the leaders might have been influenced by a demon, that never comes up, because you cannot prosecute an idea.
Exactly.
You cannot prosecute a demon. What are you going to do? Put handcuffs on it and shove it in jail? No, it's not. Right? So they made a law saying that it doesn't exist, because there's no defense against it. There's no way to prove either that it's real or that it's not. There's no way to prove one way or the other. And when this law came out, for paranormal investigators or people that work in the paranormal like me, I was floored and have been very happy, because the government of the world admitted that they cannot prove or disprove the evidence of ghosts, demons, spirits, or any other paranormal infusions into a case.
Yeah.
They cannot be proved or disproved. Okay. Yeah. So they banned it from all cases. So any case like the Charles Manson case, okay, it was the Beatles song that set up Charlie. And then Charlie, he's the one, and they made sure to say it about 3,000 times. Charles is the one that sent the people out to do the job.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. Then they said that Charles Manson said it was the song from the Beatles, Helter Skelter, that he heard them talking to him. But when he said he heard them talking to him and he heard the power coming from it,
Yeah.
Charles Manson was talking about the demons and voices.
Yes.
The Superior Court said, yes, you heard the Beatles in their song and you heard the Beatles' voices coming through this. You mistook the lyrics of the song from the Beatles telling you what to do. So they totally turned around and downplayed the fact that Charles was talking about demons and
Yes.
voices to the lyrics of the song.
Yeah.
Right? And he said, and if you look back at some of the old film, he said, yes, the demons told me that it was time for Helter Skelter to set the whites against the blacks and the blacks against the whites.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
The demon said it was time for my people to make a stand. Right?
Yeah.
But when that came back as cross-examined, it's so the Beatles said the song Helter Skelter is what gave you the inspiration to it. Well, he's so stoned, he goes, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, when one of his cult members turned around and put out, became a witness for the court and said the crap that he was doing, they asked Charles, he says, are you upset about this? Are you mad about this? He goes, no, man, I'm at peace. I'm a happy guy. Did you see the weather outside? He was so stoned, it wouldn't matter what she said. Okay?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So anything that was set up as or set to, or the mere mention of demons or possession or anything like that, if you watch any of these things, including the Son of Sam, including the Zodiac Killer, he was being guided by the stars of the Zodiac, and only if a certain couple of gods aligned would he not kill, and all this stuff.
Yeah.
If you look at it, okay, he's talking about spirituality, he's talking about religion. So the FBI, the CIA, they turned around and said, no, they're just talking about the ancestral stars, that patterns in the skies. They're not talking about the divination of these symbols. He's just talking about the symbols, right? So again, you cannot prosecute a deity. You cannot prosecute a demon. You cannot prosecute an angel or spirit. So whenever they come up, it is law. It is the law that they don't exist. That law was passed in 1976, that nothing paranormal is considered to be a true law, because it cannot be proved or disproved, because you cannot put a demon on a witness stand. Therefore, only the actions of a human beings can be judged. So there's no such thing as a demonic cult. It is the actions of the people, not some mysterious spirit telling them what to do. Right? So because of that, that's why you never see things like, oh, the devil made me do it. That's why you don't see things like before that, years before that, you can find 100 cases online saying the voices in my head told me I had to do this. And that was a legitimate claim. Okay? That was allowed in court, because the voices in your head could be a psychiatrical breakdown, a psychology breakdown.
Yes.
The voices in your head syndrome is actually the only paranormal thing that's legal to bring into court.
Right.
It's the only legal thing to bring into court. And if they do bring anything that's spiritual or paranormal into the court, it is then reverted back to psychiatrical breakdown. It's not a spirit.
Yeah.
Because it's illegal to bring it up in court.
That's interesting.
So those are just a few things that I thought would make Amy go, I got to research this some more, because she likes that shit.
And
So,
I have been researching a lot of it for, I don't know what got me down this rabbit hole, but I'm going to.
well, that's why whenever I watched the first time I seen where you said, for you to prove paranormal, why don't you prove it's not true? The first time I seen it, that's what made me laugh so hard, is because I remember the bill passing, Bill 156, saying that paranormal cannot be used in court because it is impossible and improbable to be able to prove the existence or non-existence of paranormal things. And then after that, it said something along the line, it is about belief and faith of whether or not any of this exists.
Yeah.
So,
and I have found so many people here lately, be it troll or whatever they may be, coming into so many chats now, and they're just constantly, well, how do you know this is true? And I just want to scream, and it's not my chat. I just want to be like, how do you know it's not?
Exactly.
That's
exactly right.
well, see, that's like, and I agree with you 100%. Well, people say, well, how do I know this is true, or how do I know that's true? My answer is always the same, because that's what I've experienced. This is my experience in my life over the almost 51 years now that I've been working in the paranormal. I know what I've experienced. I know the people I've helped. I know the cult members that I've had to deprogram through the years. I know the exorcisms that I've had to do for both people and places. I know the work and how much it's taken out of me. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like doing this work is very, very hard work, and it's not very rewarding, to be honest. I've gotten beat up and thrown in the nut house. I've been all kinds of stuff, and the attacks, being sick, working with one dynamic person. I've got thrown out of a 2-story building. I've been thrown through drywall walls downstairs. Things have happened throughout the years. Now, if I didn't love my job, if I didn't love the paranormal, I would have quit 49 years ago.
Yeah.
Because there's no reward. Don't ever think there's a reward. Okay, you pay more than you ever give. Working in the paranormal, the rewards are simple though. Okay, and for me, the rewards are simple. When I've got a family of 7 people in a 12-bedroom house, all sleeping together on the kitchen floor because they're terrified to go anywhere else in their house. They have to go to the bathroom outside because they're afraid to go to their bathroom in the house. So they go outside and poop in the bucket. Okay?
Yep.
So I go there, I do what I got to do. And then I get phone calls from them 3 days later, 3 months later. I've got people that keep in touch with me from 50 years ago saying, my life has been wonderful. You've changed everything for me. My kids, the night after you left, my kids were sleeping in their own bedroom. Okay? That's the reward.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. What the only reward there is
exactly
is the people that you help and the fact they appreciate that you've helped them.
That you've helped them. Yeah.
That's the only reward in this job.
Absolutely.
So is working in the paranormal dangerous? Yes. Not only from the spiritual side, but from the haters and from everything else. And like nowadays, the last 20 years, it's not near as bad as it used to be because paranormal is more of a household word now.
You're right.
Yeah, it's more. Yeah.
But when I started, you even say ghost, you got the shit kicked out of you.
Yeah.
You got thrown
I got told I was crazy.
You got thrown in a nut house. You got a love me jacket on.
Yeah.
I still get told I'm crazy by a lot of people, but I don't really care.
Yeah. So I mean, compared, it's so much better nowadays to be getting involved and to be doing stuff. And the more that everybody shares with everybody else, the more we get our word, and I say our word, into other people's mouths and in other people's houses, the more accepted it becomes. Same with aliens and Bigfoot and all this other stuff, right? The more people hear it, the more acceptable it becomes, the less attacked paranormal investigators will get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Physically and emotionally.
Yes.
I think it was Mark Twain. I'm pretty sure it was Mark Twain. Might not have been, but I think it was Mark Twain. Said, for those who believe, no proof is necessary. For those who do not believe, no proof is possible.
Exactly.
Until it happens to them.
Love it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Anyway, that's all I got.
Well, that was amazing. Thanks, Stan. That was awesome.
You're welcome.
Very good.
Uh-huh.
I knew you would have some good info for us.
Well, you know, the
So,
one
you
thing,
know, another thing I'd like to get across to people as far as cults go, it doesn't matter what walk of life you are. You know, you can be the dumbest person in the world and you can still be sucked into a cult. I was in a cult with people like doctors, lawyers, physicists,
Exactly.
pharmacists, and just normal off the street Joes.
Exactly.
If
And
you're
like I said, the percentage, the actual percent, you can Google this. The actual percentage of people that get involved in the cults have an IQ of 120 or higher.
Yep.
Is 72%.
Uh-huh.
3% are 70 to 100.
Yep.
Only 3%. The rest are
Yep.
between 100 and 120.
Uh-huh.
I've got an IQ of 140, and
also
just like that.
the other thing that's very, very hard too, and people don't remember, is a person that was in a cult and gets out of a cult. It's just like being in prison.
Oh,
Okay?
yeah.
There is
Yep.
a stigmatism to it. There is a you were in a cult. Oh my God, you must be an evil, horrible person. No,
Yeah.
I'm a good person. I just followed the wrong belief system for a while.
Right.
Just got sucked in.
Just like-
Yeah.
Really, it's. I used to go to a Catholic church. Now I'm going to a Methodist church. You know, like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But
Yep.
the stigmatism of it and the shame that is put on a person is not fair.
Right.
No.
It's not fair to attack someone, to belittle someone just because they were in a cult. It was just a belief system that they were following, and unfortunately, it wasn't a good one.
Yeah.
And for someone to be beat or prosecuted or torn apart because of it is very self-centered, and in my opinion, that's a selfish thing to do for people that's never experienced the terror of being in something like that.
It's horrible. It's really, really scary. Like I said, when I came out, it's still there. I guess I have PTSD from it.
Mhm.
But for the first year, I sat with my husband and stared at a wall.
Yeah. Here's the thing. They've got support groups for everything. They do. You can go on the internet and find a support group for anything. I got a support group because I had to change my light bulb in my ceiling by myself without two other people helping me. Oh my God, it's terrible.
Yep.
You can find a support group for anything. Try to find a support group for victims who were involved in cults, and you're going to be looking for a long time.
A hell of a long. I'm still looking.
You know, it's very, very hard to get into a good place. If I'm going to give you a couple links in a couple of days for places where you can get help to deal with your post-traumatic stress from cults and stuff. Like I said, I used to be a deprogrammer. I worked with a lot of organizations. So I'm going to talk to a few people, find out which ones in Australia
Thank you.
that are good, and I'll get you set up because you need help, and not because you're doing anything wrong or because it's because you went through a traumatic time, and there's really been not many people or much things for you to help you make peace with things that happen, life events. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna set up something for you. Okay?
My KJ.
I wanted to go away.
I gave you my blessing and my love, okay? I gave you my blessing and my love, and I will be the first one to say this to you. You are forgiven. I forgive you. You're okay. You're fine. You're going to be just fine, and you are forgiven, okay? So I will get you some help.
I love y'all.
I love y'all too. She froze.
I think so.
Yeah. But she might have done it on purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, we got your back, okay? So, And I totally understand what happened to you. I totally understand the pain that you've been living through for the last 10 years. I understand it. And that's why it affects me so strongly, because I've had to pick the people. Part of my job was putting pieces back together for families, trying to get families to be able to get on a rapport with the loved ones that were taken away. And really, it's another way of looking at it is they've been held prisoner in a Stockholm syndrome type scenario for years. So when they come back, all the technology, everything that everyone else is taken for granted and experiences, that's all foreign to them. They don't even understand society anymore. And so I've been on the side of the fence trying to put families back together, working with people, trying to get people. So I totally understand where she's coming from, and my heart goes out to her. Simple as that.
Yeah. No apologies needed, KJ. You know that. We love you, and we're all here for you.
Yep.
Hey, Fallen Angel.
Hey,
Troy, do you have a question?
well, what I was going to say earlier about the Manson situation was not only did he listen to Helter Skelter, he listened to it backwards.
Yeah.
According to him, that's where he got all the subliminal messages or whatever the demons that came through.
Exactly.
But, you know, and I remember what grade I was in high school, I guess, and somebody had the thing and had that record and played it backwards. I didn't hear nothing out of it, but you know, if you have a demon possession near you anyway,
You're going to hear it. Yeah.
you're going to hear something. And so
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything, obviously, but
And you know what? I agree with you 100%. In Charles Manson's case, he was, and I can say this because I'll say it this way. From my experience of dealing with this type of situation, okay, I'm not going to say professional experience because there is no professional in the paranormal. But my experience, by his actions, by the things he said, by the way he did, by the distance he had with humanity, with himself, that guy was seriously possessed, you know.
Yeah.
And even the law, it's in the law. I mean, possessions is 9/10 of the law. Go ask any demon; they'll tell you this.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and that dude was possessed. Period. No two ways about it. Now, and I'm in total agreement with you. I believe it's very, very true. It's, you know, and here's I'm gonna help you prove your point, okay, about the backwards playing on the thing. It is called a spirit box or an EVP. It is an electronic thing that has voices that spirits can manipulate. If it's spun backwards or if it's played at a higher frequency, spirits can take these things and manipulate. What do you think a spirit box is? Where do you think that idea came from? It came by people spinning records backwards and hearing voices and hearing. So there you go. I just wanted to help you prove your point.
Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah.
Twinkle.
Hello.
Yeah.
Some people. Hello, sweetie.
Hey, I just got home from work. I'm sorry I'm late.
Some people will hear them, right? And some people are not gonna. And it's because sometimes there's a demonic entity around while you're doing that kind of stupid shit.
Same way order anything else you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, Twinkie, it's snowing here.
Keep it up.
Try me a river. Try
Keep it up there.
It's snowing.
me a river.
Snowing there.
It's been snowing here for 4 friggin' days. Okay? I look out my window. I can't see the door handle on my car. Cry me a river. Okay.
I walked out of work and I thought it was raining again because it's been raining for like 3 days now, and it's not. It's snow.
Yeah, I had to get my next door neighbor. I had to call my next door neighbor to come over to shovel the front of my door because the snow on my front door to go outside, the snow was halfway up the window on my deck. I couldn't even open the damn door because the snow was about 4.5 feet high.
Well, you can keep all that. I just flurries is okay. Flurries is
I don't
okay.
even want a dusting of it.
And I was just telling this little 60-year-old boy that started work last month, I was like, if it just snows just a little, just dusted, that'll be okay with me. And I'll be down for go walk out of work and it's snowing.
Yeah, I don't mind. I like it when it's a white, fluffy, light snow that comes down. I love that shit. You know.
If
But-
I see powder on the ground, it better be a Johnson & Johnson truck just left its door open or something. I don't want
Well, see, I pulled into the house and I'm like, I got a 4-wheel drive. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and turn my car around because I gotta go out at 7 o'clock. I gotta work at 7 in the morning. I don't want to be packed in a fight with getting my car out, so I'm just gonna go ahead and turn it around.
And I look at it this way: if it's going to snow, I don't care for the little flurries. If it's going to snow, hit me a big one. Let's get it out of the way and get into summertime real quick.
No, Troy, I've got to go to work. I can't be doing all that now.
Well,
Yeah,
when
but
I
it's better
see-
than like several days of little snows and icy roads and stuff.
When I see powder on the ground, I'm always hoping it's going to be Long Johns and stuffed donuts, but it's never it's never what I want. You know?
Exactly.
It's not all about me. But if it was, I mean, it'd be pastries.
But this weather was really, as cold as it's been, it's killing my hand.
Yeah.
Because I got carpal tunnel and arthritis, and it's not good.
Yeah, it's not.
That the cold weather or the rain, either one will make it 10 times worse.
Yeah, it's bad. And then the girl didn't show up that was supposed to work with me tonight. So from 7 o'clock on, I was by myself.
Hello, everybody out there. I'm sorry
Hi,
if I didn't say your name.
Not KJ, love you.
Hi, KJ, love you.
Good night, KJ. You left and I came in. I'm sorry.
She dropped
Wow.
down right before you got here, but her deal was stuck up on the top. She froze up.
I know we talk about in our messages sometimes about football and stuff. I just seen a thing pop up. The Titans just beat the Patriots. The Patriots are out of the playoffs. Adios, Brady. See you later.
Is that your team?
Your team? Who's your team, Troy?
My team's the Giants. We didn't even make it. So.
My team is the Broncos, but I support Dallas Cowboys right now. It's my second team.
There you go.
My brother, it's his favorite team.
I don't watch team sports, and up here, of course, in Canada, you have to have a favorite hockey team, and so everybody keeps asking me, Danny, what's your favorite hockey team? I always have to say Toronto, and they say, why Toronto? I says, because then I only have to watch 6 games a year because they're shit, you know. So so I always have to say, yeah.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Oh my. Hello, Misty. How are you?
Hey, Misty.
Hello, Misty.
Hello, everyone.
That's hilarious. I'm gonna have to use that when I'm trying to cut other people down.
There you go. Just pick the worst team of whatever sport you're at. And then say you only got to watch 6 games, and that's it.
Jenna said you've got that right.
And I guarantee you, people don't ask you twice, okay? Once I said that, they don't ask me the second time.
Auntie,
Yes. You got it on. You like it?
You look who's
I
styling now, styling and profiling over there.
Tell her what it says.
you can't see? No, you can, right? It's never give up.
Never give up.
Never give up. You got that right. Always forward.
I hope you liked it. I know it's not a Christmas ornament, but
Auntie, this is more than Christmas.
I love you, George.
Yeah, always forward. There you go.
Make it Pozzoli and I'll come over, Teresa. I like menudo, but I like Pozzoli.
I'm making some tomorrow, Mom.
What, Georgie?
Mom's making some tomorrow.
Georgie,
Oh.
she better mail me some.
Yeah. I was thinking about a relationship, because it's fun because, people put these relationship things up, what they expect and stuff. The way I figure it is if the chick's got some ice cream and gold, okay, we're fantastic. If she doesn't have ice cream and root beer, we're done. Otherwise, the only other thing, like a lot of times people say, "Oh, I'd like to see a picture of you, and I'd like to see a picture of this, and I like to see a picture of that." No, okay. If any girl wants to go with me, please just take a picture of your medicine cabinet so I can figure out what kind of a cycle I'm dealing with first. If you'll just send me a picture of your medicine cabinet, we can work it out. Labels forward, please. Labels forward.
That's hilarious. You don't want to see my medicine cabinet. Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Labels forward and we're good,
Daddy wouldn't get right down to the nitty gritty.
Exactly.
That's it. And if you got root beer and ice cream, there we go. That's it.
Oh,
Lord. Troy. Oh, Lord. That's because everybody's talking and you say, "Oh, Lord."
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
It's kind of like a lot of, like, after everybody started watching us, they all started saying it. But if you come to like my house and stuff, my mom says it, my dad says it, my kids say it, my brother says it, like everyone in my family says it. So like it's just a common thing to us. But then everybody just started having a fit about it on YouTube. And it's just, now I hear a lot of people say, even people that don't watch, that I don't see on our channel a lot, I hear them saying it. So they're picking it up from other people that are saying it.
They say it at my work.
It's a snowball.
It's a Southern thing.
I've been saying it at work. Now you hear people in the deli, "Oh, Lord."
Mm-hmm. Everybody's talking about food over here.
Yeah.
I got some spicy wings.
Teresa said that they're picking everybody up on the party bus and they're heading over to George's store.
That works, Teresa and Blair.
I'm gonna be free every night now, Mom.
What?
On Saturdays. On Saturdays, I'm gonna be free, so you can be sending me the link.
Yay!
Yay! Now you need
Yeah,
on Friday too.
I will try it. That's right, I told Troy I will try because mostly Monday to Friday is when I'm working nights. I'll try my best. But Saturday and Sunday, Sunday I'm totally free. But Saturday now I'm free nights now.
Lori says, hey, I need tamales in my lap. I need
You need
tamales in my
hangover.
lap.
Lori needs hangover. Mom.
I don't think Lori wants a hangover, Georgie.
Let's not talk about hangovers.
Yeah,
I think out of everybody's, Twinkies was probably the worst.
I don't want to see alcohol again for a while.
Have you watched the live stream back, Twinkie?
No,
I did.
You like me last year. I didn't want to watch it back.
I don't want to see you on the floor.
One thing I noticed about the live stream, poor Amy, bless her heart, every time her internet would go out, she'd come back with a look on her face like she's about to kill the internet.
Yeah, I did. I wanted to so bad. I had several people message me and say, "Are you okay? Is something wrong? My internet."
Yeah, did we do something? Did we do or say something wrong?
No, it's my internet. And you will not believe, Twinkie, I told this earlier. My internet's been working fine since Thursday. Then earlier, I was trying to watch a video and it went out. And the TV went out in the living room. And I was like, oh my God, not again. So it come back on like quick. And then a couple hours later, it did it again. And I was like, it better not even go out because I will pull that internet guy down them stairs by his ear.
No, I don't.
I was just so frustrated the other night with the internet because, and it would go out here and there, but it would always go out right on a New Year. And then it went out right on our New Year. And then when we came back, like for our New Year, nobody could like hear us. Like we could see ourselves on there and we were like cheersing and saying Happy New Year's, but nobody could hear or see us.
Nope.
We could see ourselves.
Okay, I want to just say something to Lori. Don't worry about the way you dance, Lori. If you see me dance, you'd think I was a disabled duck. So I can't dance either. Okay.
As long as you're having fun, it doesn't matter.
Okay, thanks for having me up, sis.
Thank you so much, Danny.
Okay,
You opened up a lot of, or you answered a lot of questions for everyone.
Thank you, Danny.
Great, baby.
Okay, see you later. Lots
Bye.
of love.
Bye.
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 I got questions about anything paranormal? Ask Danny because he will know the answer. He is a paranormal walking encyclopedia. So make sure you go check out Chasing Bones Inspectors if you don't already have them, because you will not be disappointed. Funny.
Hey, Rob.
As all get it. Hi, country girl. Welcome back, Rob.
It's too late to ask him a question. Oh my God.
Well, he might still be listening, so just ask anyway, and if not, we can ask him later.
Harley already knows it's because I started working on cleaning a school and it's so big. I wanted advice because every time I heard something, I get freaked out. So what should I do like to not be freaked out about that? I don't know how to say it.
What do you do to keep yourself calm in this situation?
I need music.
You need music.
Yeah, because when it's quiet, I hear a lot of noises.
Just don't play it backwards, and don't listen to the Beatles.
If you listen to the Beatles, listen to them forward,
Exactly.
not in reverse.
But just in case, don't listen to Helter Skelter.
Yeah.
Lori, the Smirnoff wasn't the bad part. The white liquor was the bad part.
Mixing the liquors was the bad part,
And on an empty stomach.
which you knew better.
Well, good night, G-Paul. Feel better.
Paul, get feeling
Not
better.
to keep up, feel better.
Yeah, because I was sick all day the day.
Danny said he plays Rainstorms when it's quiet.
Yeah.
And this looks so cute on New Year's Eve.
Do what?
You were so cute, Auntie.
Oh, I was so. And see, Slim actually got on the live stream.
Slim had a lot of fun.
Yeah, he did. And I'm glad he did.
Mm-hmm.
That
I
was
was even
a
surprised.
lot of fun. It'd be better in person, but it was definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Country girl, be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Prayers for fast healing. Lori says, moonshine.
I was in the floors. I tripped over the
Auntie.
and being a little inebriated did not help the situation.
You
But
always wear clothes that
Slim to turn the camera around. What?
I said, always wear clothes that are tight fitting whenever you're drinking. Good night, Danny. Blessings to you too. And everyone, get that channel. If you do not have it, Chasing Bones Inspectors, make sure you go and you butter those buns. Danny likes to have his buns buttered.
Yes, Jenna. Slim Flash Mike was live on my live stream.
The player said, laugh out loud. That's your story. You sticking with April.
Yeah.
God.
Oh, hip and leg was so sore the next day.
Jenna, I was as inebriated. I just was upset and just like agitated with the internet. So I was just trying to stay quiet because Cody kept saying to him, he told me the next day, he's like, I kept looking at your face. He said, whenever I could see it on the live stream, he said, I could see your face. And I kept thinking, God, any second she's about to blow. She's about to blow. And he kept saying, every time I would just start smiling or whatever, he'd be like, oh, he'd let out a sigh of relief.
Yeah, because every time you pop back up, I'm like, oh Lord, she is
Yeah.
not a happy camper.
I was not. Hello, OG. Hello, Manuel. How are you?
I don't know. Even though we called bad, it was a fun night.
It was.
I would never forget.
It was a normal night. That's what would happen at an actual party if you were all together. People cry, people get emotional, people get lovey-dovey, people get agitated, people get, it was
People fall on the
a
floor.
party. I'm just glad no one got naked.
People fall on the floor.
And I was rewatching it, and then when we all like already ready, we were not talking. We were all talking at the same time.
Yes, we were. It was like, and I don't think we even paid attention to it, but whenever I did watch some of it back, it was just like, what did I just say? What did she say? What?
Oh, I know I was rambling on, and so was Will.
That's good, Manuel. And how is your beautiful wife? I haven't got to see her much.
You're so funny, Jenna. You're so lovely. With chicken patties, watermelon, and bologna.
She meant player, not Claire.
Claire said Slim was trying to get naked. He was flirting with KJ.
Sam was flirting with you too, Twinkie.
Oh, Lord.
It was some lovey-dovey that night.
Oh, my Lord.
Y'all's New Year's kiss was one for the YouTube record books.
Oh, my God. Y'all crazy. Y'all was hallucinating with that.
Oh,
The only thing that
video proof.
No, you're great, right?
Oh, that was hilarious. It was a good night. It was a fun night, and we will continue it. Slim sent me a message, and he said maybe next year we should do milk and cookies. And I told Cody, I said, Slim said next year we should do milk and cookies for New Year's, and he's like, "Yeah, that sounds like a good idea to me," because he was a little hungover too. Then he was like, "Oh," he said, "to hell with that." He said, by next year we'll be ready again.
April ain't doing no hot liquor. Not no straight white liquor. Woo.
I'm not going to mix my alcohol next year. I'm going to either do beer or whiskey or something, and I'll take shots with beer. I don't care, but I'm not mixing my alcohol. That's what gives you the worst. Like every year it gets worse. But luckily this year I drank water, took some ibuprofen, and I stayed up for a while. And I wasn't that bad the next day. I ain't going to say I didn't have a headache or, nothing, but I was a little bit better.
Oh, I had
Good. I'm feeding the kids at the moment. Been busy with them. School starts Tuesday.
And I was just imagining I was smelling white liquor and it would make me gag.
Yeah. Oh, Rob said next year I'm going to drink with y'all. Woo, woo, woo. I'd love to see a Michigander man with a few drinks. But Rob, is that policy? No getting naked.
Georgie, how did you feel?
I'm the same way you, Auntie. I don't want to talk about it. I probably didn't drink a lot, but I drink so super fast.
Georgie, you drank quite a bit, and you drank it like you said, you drank it really fast. So, because every time I seen you, you had that bottle turned up, and I was like, "What?" What?
And it was a fuller bottle than it was the last time he drunk, so we know.
Yeah.
That's the problem with me. That's why I don't want to drink, because if I drink one, I know I'll continue.
But
Hi, everyone. How are you?
it was New Year. It was a good thing. You were at home, and that's the best place to be when you're drinking.
Yeah.
Everybody was drunk.
Rob said, "Hell, I drink with you guys and moonshine. This moonshine will knock your socks off."
Well, Rob, you're going to get a little more inebriated than you were before the McDonald's trip.
Yeah. Because what was funny is Michael had that word, and every time you heard that word, you were supposed to drink. Pachinga. Then Omar come on your stream, and he says Pachinga.
I know. I was like, no, Omar, don't say that. Oh, now we got a drink.
Hello, unpronounced name.
I got a little.
I can't sleep, so I think it was Destiny. It definitely was. I'm glad you're here.
I was a little shy when Omar saw me with a beer. I hid it really fast.
Yeah, you did. And I'm like, he already saw you drinking because you know he was watching for a minute before he commented.
Of course.
Yeah. And then he surprised me by telling me, "Oh, I'm drinking one too."
I mean, to me, it's okay, because we don't do it all the time. It's not
Exactly. And we tell everybody, we're going to be drinking on our streams. We're going to be having fun. So if you want to come, come. We don't say, oh, we're not going to be doing this. So we're just going to surprise you. Everybody knows what we're doing.
It's not like we do this all year
It's
long.
not like the thumbnail didn't say Tipsy Twinkies. I had a blast, though. I loved it. It was fun. Next year, my internet better be working.
I didn't go to bed
Yeah,
till 5 o'clock.
What was wrong with your internet, Mom?
And the wire outside was messed up and it kept going in and out. I think we should have McDonald's down for the night after our order.
Yeah, because it was a big order.
Yeah.
Especially mine. When he said $50-some, I was like, what?
Yeah, but like nowadays at McDonald's, it's not cheap.
No.
McDonald's used to be a place you could go to after a night of drinking and get a bunch of food, and now it's crap.
I was buying for 5 people, too.
Now you got to go to Taco Bell to get a $1 menu.
Yep. Well, speaking of high prices, I went into Bilo's earlier to get Marnie a pack of cigarettes, and the one she wanted was like $7.50 for a pack.
Good Lord.
And I was like, well, what's the cheapest you got? So they said whatever it was. I said, well, give me that instead.
Yeah.
Even with a $1 off coupon, that's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in New York and stuff, it's like $12 a pack.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
I always
Sorry.
said, before, I said, if you get the $4 a pack, I'd quit.
Jenna said, oh, Troy, here it's about 17.
And I remember as a kid, my grandfather would always get cigarettes every time we go out. And I remember him paying, I don't know, less than $1 sometimes for a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah. Hello, Haunted Explorers. How are you?
Marlboros used to be like $1.75 a pack.
I remember that when they were 2 for $4.
Uh-huh.
And now $4 don't even get you one pack of anything.
Hello, Haunted Explorer.
Elon said, yeah, we are around $10 per pack.
Golly.
And Ewan, you're in the UK, right?
And see, Rock, we're in the heart of like Winston cigarette. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. You would think that y'all would be a little cheaper.
Mm-hmm. We should be the cheapest of any state, but they keep going up on the taxes. Now they up the age on it. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's in the Netherlands and Europe. Yeah. So $10 a pack there. I mean, even like The cheapest one here we have are carnivals, and they're $4.75 a pack.
Hey, Shonda.
Hi, Shonda. Hi, Michael. Haunted Explorers, how are you doing tonight? Gosh, we at $37 for a pack of 25s. What?
Lord.
That would definitely be time to quit.
Yeah.
That's why you roll your own.
Yeah, that's what Marnie tries to do.
That's what we do. when we flew to Texas and surprised Twinkie, we went ahead and bought a carton of peas.
Yeah, and they showed me that, like, what was it? About a week before, she showed them to me, and I'm sitting there thinking, why did y'all buy cartons of cigarettes? Y'all roll your own cigarettes. Then I found out. But they weren't bad, and they weren't that high, you said.
$27 a carton.
Yeah, that's not that bad at all. We used to buy them at school for $1.
Yeah.
Sorry for the noise.
You know, well, back in the day, you could get the marbles 2 for $4 when I was in like a junior in high school. And if you sold them for a quarter a piece, you could buy 3 packs of cigarettes.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So we always sold them and then bought 3 more, and then you'd have 4 packs. So I rolled my own at 65 for 30 grams. That's still pretty high because it's $30 for a bag here.
What, for a bag of
Certain ones you can get them cheaper with their Twinkie.
for tobacco?
Mm-hmm.
It's $11 a bag here.
Yeah, some bags are, but like certain places you can't get them for that.
And then the rolls are $3 a pack of 200 rolls.
Yeah, I can get like 1,000 rolls for like $7, but the actual tobacco, unless I order it offline, and then ordering it offline, they're like shipping is really high. So either way, I'm paying the same amount.
I just need to get you some Twinkie and ship it to me.
Mm-hmm. Cherokees is what Marnie does usually. It's usually the cheapest one around here.
Yeah, I'm not ready for the cold at all. That's what I bought this last time was Cherokee, and it was $30.
Mm.
Ours is what is it? Let me go look.
We have some that are really high here too, but I think Cherokee is like the cheapest.
And see, that's what I thought Twinkie had was the Cherokee, but I guess her and Marnie had both showed me that night.
Uh-huh.
We were talking on the phone, and so I bought the Cherokee, which it's not bad. I just don't like the filters that I got in the machine that I got's crap. I have to get a different one. I remember when carnivals used to be $1.50. Yeah. But you can't hardly find carnivals anymore. Only certain towns have them. And once you get to a certain part of Texas, they don't exist no more. They're like, what is that?
Okay, Slim bought this yesterday.
American Club.
And here's the let me see if I get the price on this. I get the
$11.99.
Yeah.
for the big bag.
Mm-hmm. And say the one that I got that's just the same exact size as that was $30.
This is $11.99, and then like I said, the tubes are $3 too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back, Bratty brother. I might have to bring some hot chocolate to the place we're going. We're going to be outside, but it's going to be an epic place. Yeah, you might want to bring some kind of warming stuff.
I think altogether we spend like maybe $30 a month for me and him both.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. I love Haunted Woods, Haunted Explorer. It's one of my favorite places to be is up in the woods if they're haunted.
Hello, OG.
Good night, Jenny. Love you.
Good night.
Have a good night, sis. And I'm so glad that y'all found a car.
Everybody pray for me that I pass the postal test. I'm going to take it Monday.
It's about that on time.
Yeah, because I'm tired of working 2 different spots. And well, this week I got 40 and a half hours in. But and next week I'll have 30 and a half. But I just want to get full time so I can get insurance.
You want regular hours. You want consistent hours.
Yeah.
Hi, Maria. Hi, Enrique. Hi, Jenny. Is Jenny there?
No, she's with her friends.
Hi, Maria. Hi, Enrique. Love y'all.
And everybody, if y'all want, please pray for Slim. His neck's bothering him real bad, and on his heel is a big gash.
Oh,
On his heel. So y'all pray for him.
That's not good.
right, yeah.
Definitely praying. Hello, Tony's Vlogs. Going to Northern Michigan. Not so. Betty said, April, did you say you were about to go postal? Are you ready?
Oh, oh my Lord! Look,
Okay, I'm gonna run to the powder real quick. Be
Okay.
right back. No, I'm not going caca.
yeah.
Can't hear you, Georgie.
You going CACA?
No, I'm not going caca. Not going to Popo. Be
That's
right back.
telling y'all.
Get quiet.
I was reading chats, actually.
Michael's Google's put it out in there.
Are you still watching Gunsmoke?
Yes.
He's in the, what do you say, 12th season? There's like 20 of them.
I don't know.
He's just a little over halfway.
Yes, we all made it to 2020. I about didn't make it.
No, we didn't 2020.
Oh, God.
I felt like I wasn't going to make it.
Oh,
What, Georgie?
It's just memory.
I don't need a spray player.
God, Mom. You scare me. Do you all like Cubanas?
Who?
How you call it Cubana? That alcohol thing? Cubana? Something like that?
Cubanas? I don't even know what it is, but if it's got alcohol in it, probably.
Madre, ¿cómo se llama lo que trajeron de alcohol? El que trajo vi que se tomaban en shot. ¿Sí es cubana? ¿O cómo se llama? Ajá. Oh, it was Patron. Something like
Patron,
that.
yes.
Patron.
Gross.
Yum.
And the
Well,
one.
nope, she's not going caca. She's going cocoa. Oh, Lord.
Well, that was a quick popo.
I'm not saying AC in front of my mom because for us it's like a bad word in Spanish.
Well, I ain't gonna say it. Why don't you let me say it, Georgie?
Well, you're different with me. She'll get mad at me.
Well, I don't want her to get mad at me either.
No, she won't get mad at you.
Popo from now on. Y'all get me in trouble.
So, what's the best word to say, George?
Popo.
Popo.
Yeah. Well, I already says it, but in Mexico,
My crazy.
like
Have your mouth. I love broccoli cheddar soup. That stuff is so
Yeah, that is good.
It's one of my favorites. Thank you, Rob. And that is so true.
Yeah.
What did you ever make the birthday?
Una,
No, I haven't yet, Jody.
I have no idea what that means. I won. He won.
But I'm going to, Jody.
Well, if you make it, send me some because I love broccoli cheddar soup. I just don't like making it. But the canned stuff is just nowhere near as good.
Mm.
The lady works in the closet. Oh, my Lord.
Oh my goodness.
I only know one full sentence in Spanish, and that's how to ask for a beer.
Well, that's important, I guess.
Uno más cerveza, por favor.
Georgie, is Felix, is that happy?
huh?
Felix?
No, it's
Felix.
Feliz.
Feliz.
So come, well, happy birthday.
Feliz
Feliz
Navidad.
or
Feliz-
Feliz Cumpleaños.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Yeah, okay.
Cumpleaños.
Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, no,
Feliz cumpleaños.
because Michael's cousin came in the other day, and her boyfriend's brother, they did a picture on a birthday cake of a rooster that he liked, and they put Feliz, whatever you said, on there, Pueblo. So I was wanting him to say that. Okay, I just learned a word.
I always sing that song that Georgie always sang, the Feliz cumpleaños key, right? That's how I always remembered it. Rob said he only speaks Taco Bell.
You only speak Taco Bell.
I'm
Of
having
course.
a couple of Bud Lights. I'm not a heavyweight nowadays. Yeah, I know the feeling. Emmanuel, big time. Yo quiero Taco Bell. Y'all are fluent, Buddy and Rob.
My husband's cousin, she's been dating. I don't even know her boyfriend's name. But she's Spanish, but she's been dating him for 17 years, and she can cook.
Mm-hmm.
Like you wouldn't believe you talk.
Tomorrow is my sister's birthday.
Jenny's?
Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday, Jenny.
Yeah,
Where was she?
she's partying tonight.
Auntie, you cannot believe where she's gonna do something that you two don't like.
What?
She's gonna go skydiving.
Oh my gosh.
She loves it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she's crazy.
Jenny,
There's no way.
be careful, Jenny.
When she said that, like, oh, just remember a mom and auntie that they don't like it.
Ain't no way I'm going skydiving. That plane better be about to blow up, and I better have like two people that know what they're doing, like strapped to me, and they better just knock my butt out.
See,
When
Twinkie
we hit the ground.
is driving now.
Hmm?
Driving now. She got her license. She's driving now. I'm so proud of her. Next,
I'm proud of me too. But
Who got
yes,
a license?
I am. But I'm going. That's my deal. This for 2020 is to
get on,
get on a plane
I know.
sometime this year.
Get ride on a plane. Don't just say get on a plane.
Don't rush me, Twinkie. I am going to fly on a plane
See me?
sometime this year.
Fly on up here to North Carolina. See us.
I'm definitely going to do my best. Now, if a panic attack ensues and they think I'm a terrorist, it's on all y'all. No, I'm just kidding. I am going to be drunk, though, by the time I get off the plane. Just letting whoever's at the airport to pick us up know.
I can pick you up.
I will be inebriated.
I can pick you up if you come to North Carolina.
Rob said, Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y feliz Navidad.
You what with who?
My mom like, oh, she does speak Spanish.
I know the song. I have been trying to learn some for Mama Maria.
You do have what?
Trying to learn some Spanish for Maria. I try to, whenever I text her, I try to text her in Spanish.
She gets all shy because I don't know English. I don't know what to say, Joe.
I don't know Spanish. Why is she getting it? Okay, Tony's Vlogs. We don't announce our subscribers in here. We're not a sub for sub channel. So if you want to come in and introduce yourself to everybody, thank you. But other than that, it's okay. Thank you, Manuel.
Rob said he'll take
We don't know Spanish, so she has nothing to be embarrassed about. So
Rob said he'll take a $5 chalupa box.
I
Spanish word I know, chalupa.
only ate the steak chalupa until George introduced me to the beef chalupa, and now I eat the beef chalupas instead of the steak chalupas.
I want a torta.
I want a torta too.
I
can't. It's so mean. I can't eat it anymore.
Oh, poor Georgie.
So rude.
Well, you can buy them, Georgie, and send them to us. Wrap them up really good.
Mm-hmm.
Make your tongue slap your brains out.
Chalupa's kind of like on a flatbread type thing, and it's got meat and cheese and sour cream, and it's so good.
Yeah.
Guess what I bought to make tomorrow?
What?
It's that like the chopped up, and you get the salsa and put in it, and cook it all together, and then you put it on a flat tortilla.
Mm-hmm.
And with cheese and all that. That's what we're having for supper tomorrow.
I made nacho supremes tonight, and I'm probably gonna have to go make me some more because, you know, you get really full off. Like I got really full off one plate, but like that's been a couple hours ago, and now I'm starting to get hungry with all this food talk. How am I gonna be like William Shatner in Twilight Zone?
Or to play.
See, that's why I named Rob Taco, because he always talks about tacos.
Lainey, if you ask her where she wants to eat anywhere, it's Taco Bell.
Yeah, I like Taco.
Oh, yeah, he loves Taco Bell. Normally, when I talk to her, where are you gonna eat? I want some Taco Bell. I want some Taco Bell.
But how many times during the almost 7 weeks that you were here did we eat at Wendy's? Because we'd all say, where do we want to go? Where do we want to go? And then Cody would pull into a Wendy's because he knew George liked Wendy's.
George's mama makes the tamales. Farm girl asked George, who made your tamale?
Oh, yeah, his mama.
My mom made tamales. It's green and red.
Just how to make them.
Huh?
Cooking fanatic. His mama.
Your mom needs to teach us, Georgie.
Yeah. Dice que les enseña a hacer tamales.
Well, being a paranormal investigator, buddy, that could be possible. I might see a man on the wing.
It's not that hard to make them.
However, I don't want them throwing me out the plane, so I won't say anything till we get on the ground.
Buddy's always saying things to mom and auntie.
Yeah, Buddy always is a smarty pants on chat, but when he's in person, he's all like, "Oh no, I'm scared of y'all. I'm not gonna say nothing."
She said, "Can you do a video on how to make tamales, please?"
I can.
See if your
That
mom
would
will.
be good, Georgie. Film your mom doing it.
Yeah,
I don't think she's gonna want to film her face. She's always
Film her
shy,
hand.
but
film her
Film
hand.
her hands.
dice que no tiene que mostrar su cara. Dice que si un día se graba
Sí.
para que enseñe cómo hacer tamales. She
See,
say yes.
yes.
She say
Yes,
There you go.
yes.
Gracias.
Love her.
Nada.
See, I do know gracias and Donato.
See, Auntie did too. You said it well. Gracias.
Si es tu mamá, es mi sister. Ah, no, no es mi sister.
My mom's like, if she's your mom, why is she? Why is she for me?
We're sister moms.
And we're sisters.
Auntie,
I'm your auntie.
with-
So I'm your mom's sister too.
and,
And I'm Twinkie's sister.
sister.
We're sisters.
We're all sisters.
Everybody's brother and sister.
I don't think so. I am not afraid of no Twinkie. Huh.
Who said that?
We'll see about that, buddy, next time we're face to face. And we are face to face because you're short too.
Lord.
His mom is beautiful, Jen, on the inside and the out.
She's so sensitive, like Auntie.
So Taco Bell is still on my bucket list. Well, Ewan, you need to get over here and try it.
I like their Crunch Supremes.
I only eat a couple of things from there, and I do like their tacos as long as they're like I eat them right away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like them after they set for a while, and I love the chalupas, and that's about it.
Twinkie, if you come here, we won't have so far to go because we got a Taco Bell like 8 minutes down the road. We got McDonald's, we got Wendy's, we got Bojangles right down the road.
I'm not. Is that a chicken place?
Bojangles is.
I'm not. I don't eat chicken like out.
Well, well, we don't have to go to Bojangles.
No.
Cody, I know Cody said he wanted to go where the hot wings and things were.
Yeah, the pizza
Oh, you
place.
can eat.
Yeah.
We went there last night.
We don't have Taco Bell at the moment. It caught fire.
It's all the salad, pizza, and hot wings for like $12.
Not bad.
Mom said that you guys can also make tortas too. It's the easiest thing ever to make.
But the bread,
The bread. Well, I've at Walmart in Gainesville, they had some bread that looked almost exactly like what we had up there. So I'm gonna
You just need to
next time and try it.
Yeah, she said because it's not difficult. You have to cook the meat, whatever meat you want to choose, asada, carnitas,
Asada.
whenever you want to choose. Just cook the meat. Either go to Walmart or go to a Mexican store to buy the bread. But it's not. I can even make it myself too. It's really, really, really easy to make tortas. It's like you were making hamburgers.
I like asada or just steak, just plain steak. We had steak on ours, but I love like street tacos. I always get asada. I love the meat.
Another place I like is Moe's. I don't know if everybody has a Moe's.
I don't even know what that is.
It's Moe's Mexican restaurant or something like that. But anyway, they're like up ahead of Taco Bell. It's more like a sit down restaurant, but you go in and they make it kind of like a Subway. You just get whatever you want on whatever you're getting, and it's really, really good. I mean, anything you get there has been good so far that we've tried.
Okay, I got a question. What is this? This is what I make my the things I'm making like for dinner tomorrow night. What is this stuff?
Carne picada. ¿Cómo se dice en inglés? Carne
The
picada.
boneless meat.
It's like flank, isn't it?
The meat is like it's already caught.
Yeah.
Like ya está cortada, vamos. It's already caught. The meat is already caught. You don't have to cut it anymore. That's what it
Is
means.
that the kind of meat I need for the tortas?
Doesn't say what kind of meat is it.
It just says carne picada. Boneless something. What does it say?
It's boneless beef.
Boneless beef, so steak.
Porque no puedes tirar.
I think that's what's in them because I've had several.
A1, we did a discussion earlier about
Cualquier cosa se le puede poner las tortas.
people who try to use the devil made me do it as their defense when they committed murder. You have to go back and watch. It was interesting.
But this wasn't but $7 for this big bag.
Mama said you can use that one for tortas and tea. Yeah.
But what do I
Do
put?
you-
What kind of seasonings do I put in it?
Is the bread, the meat, mayo, if you want mayo, avocado, tomato, lettuce, chiles curtidos, cheese.
Do I put any kind of seasoning in the meat though?
O a la carne que se le echa ni otra cosa más, o nomás la carne se guisa y se le echa sal.
¿Cómo las quiere? ¿Pura carne así picada? ¿Pura?
She said if you only want like the meat by itself to be cooked, or you want to add something else.
Uh-huh.
If you're doing just steak, then just cook the meat.
Just tortas.
Esa sabe muy buena.
She said that there's some meat like was in a Mexican store that it's really good. It's meat. It's called milanesa.
Con
Milanesa.
chipotle.
And you put chipotle on it. It was torta. It's so good. That's what she said.
But Twinkie, we just got steak last time, so you would just cook the steak itself. Like you wouldn't have to have any. If you were doing carne asada or something like that, you'd have to do.
Okay. It's a good thing.
They
Yay.
put guacamole on the ones you've had because they put guacamole on the ones we have here. This makes it just pop. It's a very good taste with guacamole on it.
Mm-hmm.
A torta with guacamole is not good. Avocado, whatever you want to call it.
Avocado.
Yeah, they put guacamole on it. I don't get they usually put jalapenos. I don't get them. I'm not real big on spice, but like lettuce, tomato, guacamole.
The only thing I don't put on mine is mayonnaise.
Mm-hmm.
Mayonnaise.
Duke's mayonnaise.
Yuck.
Do you still have the Duke's mayonnaise in your refrigerator?
Oh yeah, it'll still be there because I don't need it.
What about the
I have got to live on Duke's mayonnaise.
Y está bien en cruz, trocitos guisados, está muy bueno.
Sí.
Guisadito.
Do you still have the ketchup in there, Mom?
Ketchup.
The
You're
one
not
you buy,
ketchup.
is it gone? Is it gone?
You're not supposed to be eating it.
No, I know. I'm saying if you still have the ketchup over there in your house.
Oh no, we actually finished that one. That one like lasted us forever. But when George was here, we would go through a bottle of ketchup about once a week. He eats ketchup on everything.
Georgie, I take it all the time.
Huh? Oh, Valentina.
The big one.
Oh, I keep that stuff in my house too because I buy the
I got a big one and a little one.
whatchamacallits all the time and I eat them.
¿Qué otra cosa les puedo recomendar? Hacer comida mexicana, cualquier comida mexicana. Como parte de torta.
We have a large Hispanic population and they have many authentic restaurants. See, the bad thing about here is we have a lot of Tex-Mex restaurants and I want the good stuff.
Yes, you had to do the video of the tamales.
Yes.
Homegirl even said you could make them and send them to her. She said,
I'm good with either one too, but I'd rather know how to make them. Like we've made them before, but we put the masa was so thick, like we didn't spread it good. And so that's like all you got was the mustard. We made jalapeno and cheddar ones and steak ones,
Okay.
and
Mama,
they just were not good.
Mama, say if you guys know about buñuelos.
No.
No saben sobre buñuelos.
Bueno, pero.
What about, she said, what do you guys say you guys know about gorditas?
I know what a gordita is.
Nope.
Gorditas.
I like those.
How do you know how to say it, man? It's like this tortilla, you open
It's
it,
like flatbread type.
you open it and you put in like
pita bread.
Meat, or you can be cheese with beans or whatever.
Yeah.
With flour or with corn tortilla. He said that we could, you guys can make that one
Yum. Oh. See, I used to be all flour tortilla, but now I only like homemade flour tortillas. And now I eat more corn tortillas than I eat anything.
I like flour tortillas better.
Lurch, don't come in here at me like that, boy.
Jay and I'm hanging in there. My hands and stuff still bothering me, but I'm hanging in there.
That stuff don't go away. You deal with it every day. If I can find my braces, Twinkie, I'll send them to you and see if you can use them.
Well, you're gonna need them.
I don't use them. I don't like them.
They're like tingling now.
I have so Breaking the Shell tonight tried the spicy gummy bear, and that is definitely on my list of stuff to try because I really want to try it. But he had a hard time with it. But my mom brought me the tequila sucker with the worm in it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, what?
It's a tequila sucker that has the worm in it.
That's a real worm.
Fiber.
And you're gonna eat it.
Eventually. But she also brought me this one.
Now, who bought you that?
My mom. This one is a habanero sucker.
Ooh, habanero.
So I'm going to do a challenge with that too, eventually.
That'd be cool.
I got to wait till I got some milk in my refrigerator that's not expired. Couscous? What?
OG wrote.
Gordita
in Mexico.
and
Oh, the
pusa
pupusa.
in El Salvador, same thing.
I don't like pupusas.
También buena.
My mom does. I don't like pupusas.
But what's wrong with mayo on a taco?
Mayonnaise on a taco?
I'm going to mayo on a taco.
Mama's over here to no.
Mm.
Myself, I don't like mayo with
Some of us do not like mayonnaise.
I can eat a little bit of mayonnaise, but not a whole bunch.
Okay, I say if I can eat it in something as long as I can't taste it. Like if it's in potato salad or something like that, I don't taste the mayonnaise. But if it's on a sandwich or something like that where I can taste it, it makes me gag.
See, I'll put mayonnaise on the bread if I'm making a sandwich, and I'll put mustard on.
Mm-hmm.
So there's more mustard than there is mayonnaise.
See, I don't even eat mustard hardly anymore on the sandwiches. I eat them dry.
Ooh.
I just don't. I don't know. I don't care for any of it anymore, hardly.
I never heard of mayo in a taco.
Mayo on a taco. How is that a sin?
Oh, thank God. She's even asking me.
So the next challenges I want to do is I want to do the gummy bear or the gummy bear one, the hottest gummy bear. I want to do the hottest cookie, and I want to do the toe of Satan.
And then you can do a challenge with mayonnaise on anything you eat.
I would rather do the toe of Satan.
She asked me if you guys like menudo or pozole, and I told him
I like
they do.
pozole. I love pozole. Now menudo, I like the raw.
No está rojo y verde.
Do you like the red one and one?
Y verde.
What
Do you
is
like the green one too?
I like the red
green-
one.
The
I've
red
never
one?
had the other one.
now? See, I seen how somebody made menudo one time, and it just turned my stomach.
Now I love the broth and the hominy and menudo, but I don't like the meat.
I don't like hominy.
Now pozole, I'd rather have chicken than beef pozole. I like the beef is too greasy for me.
What is in pozole?
Other different things.
El verde,
It's-
el verde está-
El
Chili,
pozole
isn't
and
it? Or not chili. What is the red peppers? The poblano?
she said that for the menudo and pozole, the difference the meat.
Hmm. Yeah, that's the only thing. So I like the broth from menudo, but I'd rather have pozole because it has chicken in it instead of.
el pozole está muy
What
bueno
was
con
that
queso.
the unmentionable person put in their menudo that one time?
I have no idea. I didn't even know that she knew how to make anything like that.
Something about the
I know it has the innards, like the
she put all that
the
in.
intestines and tripe or whatever it's called. Is it tripe?
She had put all that in. it.
Stomach and
I was like,
I don't like it. And it's not that because whenever I did taste it, it didn't taste bad. It was the texture of it that got me. So the meat itself, what if you weren't thinking about it and you didn't know and texture didn't bother you, you probably wouldn't ever know what you're eating. But the texture to me is almost that of what's that other crap we ate that time? That tofu.
Ugh,
And so yeah, I could not do it.
tofu was gross.
But I love pozole. It's so good. The broth is so good. And then you put like cabbage down in it and cilantro and onions and so good.
I've still never tried guacamole.
You never tried guacamole?
Twinkie.
Nope.
Twinkie.
Well,
I love
Try
it.
guacamole. That's like the best thing ever.
Oh, it's great.
never. I never tasted that avocado.
Restaurant Tex-Mex work with their
I used
food.
to make it when I worked at Ingles years ago.
Whereas everyone takes shortcuts.
But
Please don't tell me,
I can't eat it.
Manuel.
I have never eaten a guacamole or what's the other thing I just said? Avocado.
Avocado.
Avocado. I've never ate that.
I like avocado if I'm like having it with something with it. By itself, I can't eat just it.
I can eat that stuff with a spoon, just pulling it out. Oh my gosh, I love avocados.
They're like the best thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
OG is making me think twice about.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm telling you. Please don't tell me. I mean, it's kind of like any of the deals, though. If you watch it, it makes you not want to eat it. So I try not to watch anything about any foods because Claudia is constantly watching stuff and coming into work and saying, "Oh, I watched this deal," and I'm like, "No, I don't want to hear."
I pronounce that guacamole and avocado are the same thing.
Yes,
Right?
guacamole is avocado,
You
but it has other stuff added to it.
Night
The
Joe.
guacamole added stuff.
I put in my guacamole, I put tomato, onion, jalapeno. Sometimes I put cilantro and then lime.
Que se hace con camarones.
we would make it with guacamole, tomato, onion, jalapeno, cilantro, and lime, salt.
Yep, same way.
That's how we do it. And I love guac. I may have to go back tomorrow and get
I
some.
can eat it by the spoonfuls. Now I'm gonna have to go buy some because now I'm craving it.
It's best when it's just freshly made too. Always.
Yep.
I need to cook for y'all family. Really Mexican food. I would love to get down for y'all.
Hey, we'll let you. That is that a promise? Sounds good to me. You never had avocado either, Jan? Get you an avocado and try it.
My mom say if you guys know
I'm
this.
going to say avocado now because it's
What is
avocado.
it?
My mom say if you guys know this kind of food.
Aguachile se llama.
She said it's. I don't even know it. I don't know what she got it. Aguachiles. That's what they call them. Has camarones. I don't know what else.
Mm.
No idea what that is.
You guys know anything about that?
Nope. I don't.
Dile que se llaman aguachiles, está muy rico.
Did mom froze?
No, I think she's reading. She might have froze.
Yeah, she's froze.
Okay.
Yep.
She froze.
The stream's still going good though.
Oh my lord! I used to order the food at one of my jobs, and my supervisor said a local Chinese restaurant peeled their shrimp on the floor in the kitchen,
Oh God.
sitting on a bucket. Glad I never ate there.
Oh my lord. Yeah, you never know.
Mucha comida mexicana.
Somebody said, "Is that tapenade?"
Es muy típico.
Tapandas. I don't know what that means. Tapandas. ¿Qué es
Mole.
tapanadas? Tapanadas.
Para nada, a ver.
Alguien puso ellas.
El mole les gusta.
Auntie, do you like mole?
I tried that at Twinkie's work one day. It wasn't too bad.
No les gusta es porque no han probado el mío.
I think
She said
Claudia
if you don't
made
like
it.
it, it's because you haven't.
Twinkie, I think.
Now,
got
what
some-
was you showing, Georgie? Because I missed it.
Huh? What?
I said, what did you show? Because I missed it. The stupid internet
Oh.
went out.
Dime la foto otra vez porque una ya no la vi. No.
De los aguachiles.
Twinkie,
Sí.
didn't Claudia make mole that one day?
Yeah.
I was.
Yes, I love mole. Eat it with the heated corn tortilla. Yum. Oh,
It was different.
Applebee's has got you got cheese and guacamole. I've never heard of cheese and guacamole. Is it mixed in?
now I got to refresh my chat too because I can't even see chat right now.
Here you go, Mom.
It looks good.
Yum.
It's aguachile. That's what she said it's called.
Yum.
It looked.
I
I want some.
Las fajitas les gusta.
I'll
Do
give
you
it
like
a shot next time I'm at Applebee's.
Do you like fajitas?
Yes.
Mhm.
I had fajitas last night.
Sí, les gustan las fajitas.
When I do fajitas, I usually do steak, cheese, and shrimp. But now we do mostly chicken or steak, chicken, and shrimp. But now we do mostly chicken and shrimp because my mom and dad don't eat beef.
Beef is so good.
Do you know about caldo de res?
Who?
Caldo de res? I don't know how to say it in
No.
English.
Sí, es que no lo ha probado.
It's like it's not a soup, but it's like you put potato, all kinds of vegetables. I think it's a meat inside and corn, and makes it like
So it's kind of like our stew. Like
Like a-
our stew.
yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Not Rob.
Not Rob.
Brad.
Night, Rob. Oh, my phone died.
Just tell your mom to make us a couple of everything, and we'll try
But she's still looking. I don't know what she's doing. She's doing stuff that I didn't even know either.
it. That's what is good if you're super hungover.
Wow.
Georgie, say that. Say what Manuel
My phone died. I can't see the chat.
Chilies?
Agua chilies.
Aguachiles?
Agua chilies.
says it's good if you have a super hangover. Well, I needed some of those the other day. Although the rest is good if you're sick.
Caldo de res.
Caldo, yeah,
Forever.
that's how you call it. Caldo
Although the rest.
Yeah.
I'm probably saying it all wrong. I'm Buddy. I will get a hold of you Wednesday night.
Okay. Jenna said, guys, I got a message from Gary. He's worried about his family. And Oz, he's listening to the radio scanner stream. He's quite worried. He just wanted to say goodbye to everyone in the chat. Goodbye, Gary. We love you.
Love you, bro.
They're in our prayers. Delia's. You can pronounce that stuff better than I can, Twinkie.
Creadilius? I don't know.
Can you try
Quesadilla.
to put
Quesadilla.
Yeah. Hello, Adventures with Carl. How are you? Those are yummos. I love chicken quesadillas, steak quesadillas, beef quesadillas. Stick some tortillas together with some cheese and I'm good.
Mhm.
See, Lainey is more of an Italian type person, and I'm more Mexican food. Cody is kind of in between both. That's good, Carl.
Mándale, si manda pan para otro lado, se hace malo.
¿Pan?
Ajá.
Si dura mucho, sí, porque se pone verde, igual que las tortillas de harina.
Porque es que ellos se les hace difícil encontrar pan para tortas.
It's okay, Jenna. Thank you so much for letting us know, and we'll definitely be praying for you.
Carl.
Creatilius, you may want to look that up before you order that. Okay, I'm going to look it up right now, Ewan. Let's see.
I'm planning on.
Let me look how to spell it.
I'm planning on sending you guys bread so you guys can make tortas. My mom said it won't get bad, so it won't get bad to the next day. So
Oh, he's talking about Rocky Mountain. It's testicles. That's what it means, testicles. So he's talking about Rocky Mountain oysters or
Yeah.
now. Rocky Mountain oysters are usually like sheep or lamb or, something like that. So I have never tried the Rocky Mountain oysters, but I ate calf fries here, which is bull testicles, I guess you call them. And, don't knock them till you try them. Just because of the testicle part of it, don't knock it till you try it. My kids believe there were many chicken fried steaks, and we're not getting off on the chicken fried part. They believed there were many chicken fried steaks for years until they found out about it. Now they won't eat them because of the name. What's the scariest or funniest paranormal hybrid creature you can think of? The scariest would be anything demonic. The funniest would be seeing me running from something demonic. I don't know. I don't really, in the paranormal field, I don't think anything's funny just because if you, I don't know, if you go that way, you're going to be less careful. Man, bear pig. What? Twinkie fried steaks. Oh, my Lord, Lurch. Flautas are good. Bull testicles, a lot of energy. Twinkie, you're going to try them one day.
No, I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are.
Oh, but no.
Oh, but you won't know what it is.
I'll just order off a menu from now on. Something I can know what it is.
Yeah. Number one thing in Spain and Mexico.
So from now on, if it says chicken fried something, I'm not eating it.
I promise if it says chicken fried steak, it'll be chicken fried steak Twinkie. Now, many chicken fried steaks, I cannot count for that. What about Beetlejuice? Bigfoot? What? Beetlejuice?
It's a made up
Character off the show Beetlejuice? Beetlejuice. Are you talking about like a fake character type thing? If so, Beetlejuice looked rather funny.
Mhm.
That's actually a really good movie. I like it.
Michael Keaton's one of the best.
Okay.
Oh, that's blanking.
Buddy said, I heard bull testicles are creamy. LOL.
No, they're not. Well, I mean, they're tender if they're cooked right. A lot of people don't know how to cook them. Yes, fake. Okay, so fake. The funniest would be probably Casper Beetlejuice.
Oh,
Ha! Slam. We all say nasty and gross, but we haven't tried it. There you go. I will try everything at least once. 90% of the time I end up liking it. But George, help your sis, Jen. I need a vomit bag. Do not vomit. It's good. Have you tried deep fried? Yeah, I have tried frog legs.
Yeah, I like frog legs.
They're good. They taste like chicken.
yuck.
You guys do know where we're rancheros.
Huh?
You guys do know where we're rancheros, right?
Nuevo. That's the eggs and the
Rancheros, yeah.
the eggs and the beans and the. That's what you ordered.
Just like people eat pig's feet. Ugh.
And that's not for me.
No, I don't like pig's feet just because of the texture.
I don't like a period.
Would you rather look like Freddy Krueger or Jason Voorhees? Well, I would rather not look like either one, but if I had to choose Jason Voorhees because he could wear a mask. Although I don't do hockey.
Mom and Dad used to eat pig's feet, pickled pig's feet, but they take and cook pig's feet for dinner.
Oh my Lord, buddy, you
And when
man.
they cook them, they turn like grayish looking. And I'm like,
Yeah, my father-in-law cooked pig's feet one time, and he cooked them in a crock pot. And I walked in their house, and I was like gagging. It smells so bad in there. Don't knock it till you try it. Have you tried barbecued? You like everything barbecued, Lurch. I've tried rattlesnake. It tastes like chicken too. I'll stick with my peanut butter and jelly Sammy's. Thank you.
that sounds good, Jenna.
Yeah, that's good.
You have to be adventurous with your food because a lot of times I guarantee that there's some things that you will try that you will fall in love with.
I'm
And
sorry. I've lived this
you
long
miss out.
for 40 years. I do not need to.
But just think, whenever the zombie apocalypse comes, and it will,
Sure,
I mean, we got some zombies walking around this town all the time.
I'll make sure I have plenty of peanut butter.
Yeah, you're gonna run out of that because when the zombies can't catch the humans, what you think they're gonna go do? They're gonna go after them cows.
Well, I'll just start eating grass.
Salad, lots of salads. I will be prepared because I can make a meal out of anything. Well, okay, I say anything. I ain't eating no spiders.
Nope.
And I ain't eating no cockroaches.
No.
And I ain't eating no maggots.
Uh,
So I cannot say that I will try anything once because I will not.
now your story's changing.
Leave those cows alone, eat chicken. Just like Georgie was like, oh, the poor deer. I was like, oh, the poor cow.
You'll eat cow, you eat beef, you won't eat deer. I'll eat it if it's jerky or burgers, but I don't eat deer steak. Just plain deer steak.
Ames would make a great zombie. Well, I would definitely try. What are your top 5 favorite paranormal movies?
Annabelle.
Let's see.
Conjuring.
Conjuring, definitely 1 and 2. Annabelle, the new one. The Nun. And
Annabelle.
who?
Annabelle.
Yeah, I said that one. The new one, though, not I don't like the other 2. The new one was based more along actually what happened. And The Exorcist.
I started watching Annabelle on the airplane, and Michael was like, "Don't be watching that on the airplane."
And The Conjuring and all that. And, I do like Ed and Lorraine Warren. I've researched a lot into them, but they're more based on stuff that could actually happen, and they made me jump. A lot of movies like that don't make me jump, so.
I don't eat like goat, lamb, none of that stuff.
Won't eat goat either. I've never ate goat. I've drank goat's milk, but I've ate goat cheese, but I've never ate goat. But I have tried buffalo. I have tried
I tried lamb, I don't like it.
I've tried antelope. I've tried
Alligator.
alligator. Alligator tastes like chicken too.
Yeah. Twinkie made me.
Yeah. I made Twinkie try alligator. She did not like it. Freddy's Final Nightmare, Jason Takes Manhattan is not paranormal. That's a serial killer.
Yeah, Nicole Valencia.
Gator is good.
Well, this thing I eat is sweet potatoes. I don't even eat sweet potatoes.
I only like sweet potatoes if they're doused in brown sugar and have a buttload of marshmallows on them.
Oh, Lord.
I don't.
Sorry, but I love clowns.
Mom, you do know how to make enchiladas, right?
Enchiladas, yeah. I can make those. I'm actually making those next week or the week after for work. And we do like 20 pans of them. And we hand roll every one.
Enchiladas are so easy to make.
And they're so yummy.
Uncle Mike.
There's things in life we shouldn't eat, like the Bible says, but damn it, laugh out loud. Gots to have it. We all sin, laugh out loud at the end, laugh out loud. Only sweet potato fries, not the brown sugar ones. I like sweet potato fries, but I also like sweet potato tater tots. Freddy is not paranormal. I don't consider him paranormal. If he was paranormal, he wouldn't have to use a glove with knives on the end of it.
Maybe he's paranormal up in Michigan or something.
Yes, he haunts you in your dreams, but to me, he's not paranormal.
Freddy is a fictitious character.
Except for in Michigan.
Yes.
He's real up there.
Buddy, be careful going to sleep. Yeah, he's dead. But he's fake dead. Good night, A1. It was so good to see you.
Night.
Thank you for coming in.
I think I'm going to hop off here too. So.
Yeah, I'm not going to be on here but a few more minutes because I didn't realize it was this late. I've been having so much fun talking to you guys.
Oh, yeah. It's been great.
Good night, Carl. Thanks for all the questions.
All righty. Well, I'll see y'all Monday night.
All right. We'll be there.
See y'all. Night.
Good night. Y'all make sure you check out Crossroads Explorers. They'll be on Monday night.
Thank you.
10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
That's right.
East.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, pronounceable.
A1's awesome. I haven't seen him in a long time, though.
Who?
E1, unpronounceable names. His name is E1.
E1.
Mm-hmm. Well, if y'all missed the beginning of the live stream tonight, you really want to go back and watch it because it was awesome. We had a great discussion. And luckily, Danny came in and was able to help me with the words I was trying to say but could not get out. Good night, Manuel. You and Carrie have a great night.
Good night.
Good night.
Amy danced. I danced. Oh, Lord help us all. Was I drinking tonight?
Pero lo más estaban escribiendo.
Amy dance. When did you dance?
Everybody is leaving because they're hungry. And yes, I don't blame them because I'm going to be going and making me some nachos in a minute. Yeah, we've been on here for like 3 hours, Lurch. But go back and watch, definitely, Lurch. It was a really good conversation. I think we'll be doing this more. And remember, guys, on the 25th of this month, we will be interviewing Johnny Paranormal. That should be very interesting.
Oh, yeah.
And Monday night, Crossroads goes on. On Tuesday night, my Twinkie Entity Paranormal Investigators will be on. Oh, I got to tell y'all too. Sorry, I almost forgot this. Monday night, before Crossroads goes on, probably about 6:30, 7 o'clock, Lainey is going to be on. She is going to start doing Mondays with Miss Giggles. So she's not going to stay on long. She's only going to do 30 minutes to an hour. If that, you know how Lainey is. Once she gets squirrel, you know, she wants to get off there. So, but she wants to try it, and she's been starting to do some more vlogging. So hopefully she'll have a video up soon. So make sure y'all come and check her out for Mondays with Miss Giggles. Like I said, it'll be about 6:30, 7 o'clock our time because she only wants to go on for just a little bit before Crossroads does. She thought about Thursday nights before Rob, but she couldn't figure out something to go with Miss Giggles. So Mondays it was. Sorry, I've been with. It's okay, Lurch. I'm so sorry. Like, yeah, that's true, Lori. Family is first. Anytime you come spend with us is always amazing, and we appreciate every single one of you for doing so. But your family definitely comes first, so never apologize for that. We'll be praying for you. I'm glad that you got to see them, though. Okay, guys. I guess I'm going to get off here. I think I ended with Twinkie on Tuesday, and I'm not sure about Wednesdays anymore, if Rich is going to go on or and Southern Afterlife is just going on as he premieres, so that's different nights. Hello, Jordan. We're fixing to get off here. Sorry. Then Thursday night will be Rob, Michigander man. Paranormal, and then we'll be back Saturday night with another crazy discussion of some sort.
Mhm.
January 10th, 2020 is my birthday, turning 39. Sorry if I'm spamming, but y'all, my family. Aw, happy early birthday, Manuel.
Happy birthday.
Have to sing you happy birthday next time. No, our gift to you will be we won't sing you happy birthday. I love you guys so much. Y'all mean the world to us. We hope you know that. And we'll see you all Monday night on Crossroads Explorers. Love y'all. Bye.
Good night. Bye.
Okay, buddy. He's thinking about doing some live streaming on Wednesdays. That'll be good. Let us know. Love y'all. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.